Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pastor Grave. Hey. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.
Gravy gang! What is going on, everyone? Happy Gravy Day. It's Past Gravy, episode 549, and we got a very special episode for you today. It's Alex with Robert, and we have Pat joining us, except this week it's not Pat Dion, it's Pat McLellan. What's up, buddy? Welcome back.
Nothing much. I'm going to be the Pat with good takes.
Oh, yeah?
Because the king of bad takes is the other Pat. I mean, God love him. I mean, he's the best, but he does not have some of his rankings and takes are just awful.
He's the best at bad takes.
Yeah, that's the best thing to be. No, I'm good.
That. If you're watching the YouTube version, by the way, we do have a new YouTube video intro. If you're watching that, search Past the Great Podcast on our YouTube channel, hit subscribe. You're Drake's house, it looks like?
Yeah, I'm doing the show from Drake's house. I looked at my calendar and it said you have to go sicko mode. So I was like, if I have to go sicko mode, then I'm going to do the show from Drake. So yeah, I'm up here in Toronto. Pretty fun.
That is also a Travis Scott song. You know, you could have still done it from Houston.
God, you know what? I gotta get my assistant has really been putting me through the ringer. So yeah, I could have. That would have been a lot more convenient.
Yeah.
It's a whole.
Well,
thing,
we appreciate you checking in, anyways. But yeah, you filled in like. Pat literally texted him like 3 hours ago. I was like, you want to hop on a podcast today? He's like, fuck it, let's go. I'm at Drake's. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you telling Drake to hang on to it and just to hold on. I was writing down for the Precome segment. We get into that before the Comeback Kid segment, obviously, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
This is a weird one because you're just on like a normal episode. Usually we have you on some special episode, whether it be a live one or a Halloween one, or we just have you as a guest. Like now you're just in like the regular podcast with us.
I like this. Yeah, people don't like because those are usually pure chaos and mayhem. I don't have the crutch of a Halloween mask, which that is fun in moderation. But yeah, I'd rather just be have people see that I'm not always in. I mean, I'm doing it from Drake's house, so maybe I am always on one, but I'm gonna try to be a little more subdued today.
Yeah. So there's a big like mail problem going on right now where I guess they aren't sorting the mail correctly, and people are getting really mad about it. And
yes.
like my wife runs a company and she's like mailing out packages to people and doing her part of it. And then it's like, hey, where's my fucking package? She's like, well, I sent that out a week ago. There's like a huge fiasco. But that just made me realize like how sick mail is when you really think about it. How you can just be like, here's this piece of parchment that I put in a thing and it's just going to go in this box. And now it's in the world's hands. And like you can end up in Africa. I could mail someone something in Africa and they'll be like, check this out. This just came to me from the United States. Like, that's wild that, like, I know I made fun of stamps a while back, but
but it works, though.
It just somehow gets there. And I get that a lot can go wrong, and we're seeing that now. But the fact that, like, I would say more times than not, your shit goes well with the mail. Like, that's wild that you can just be like, and Kansas. See you in Kansas.
Yeah, anywhere. You could just drive by. You could be in a strip center somewhere and just put it in a mail slot, and it'll end up in San Bernardino, and it is almost like magic. So I mean, got to give them some slack. But no, I am definitely aware of this. I've had multiple packages be delayed, and the most frustrating part of it is that they're in the city. Like they'll arrive because I am a psychopath on tracking. If you a pizza tracker, I'm watching it.
Right.
Anything where I can track it, I will be watching. DoorDash or Uber, I'm watching the map the entire time.
Oh, 100%.
Like a creep. But it'll be in. It's like arrived in Houston, and it's like you're like sick. I should get it either today or tomorrow, and it's 4 or 5 days, and it's like it is here. What is taking so long? So
did they just like dump out all the sections into one? It's like when someone knocks over all the shelves in a library. Did somebody do that with all the packages? And they're like, oh no.
Yeah, they're doing the that's pretty much what it is. So yeah, it's some sort of test. I do know why. I did a bunch of extensive research. If you want the boring reason as to why it's happening, they're restructuring at the post office, and one of the distribution centers is becoming a regional distribution center, and they're flipping. So it's basically just
chaos.
yeah, chaos, and they're just figuring out all the kinks. But it doesn't get you all the stuff I buy to make me feel better. If I don't get my retail therapy, then I get sicko mode becomes psycho mode. It's not good.
Oh no, yeah, we don't want psycho mode, Pat, for sure.
You definitely don't.
But yeah, just like I was like, that is crazy. Like, how can you not just fucking do that? And then when you think about it, like there is a lot that kind of goes into that you just don't even think about. But shout out to mail, even when it sucks.
Well, that does suck that it falls at like for your wife to have to, because it does for whatever reason falls back on the place that sent it, even though it really doesn't overall, unless there's something like they took 3 weeks to. Sometimes you'll get a bad eBay guy that takes forever to send it out, which is extremely frustrating. But it's really not on her, but for whatever reason, that's where all of the vitriol goes.
It can affect reviews and stuff. Yeah, because they don't realize it was the post office fault. Like, well, I ordered it 5 weeks ago. How the hell does it take that long? Yeah,
the people behind the Go Postal saying are handling it. So number one, I wouldn't say too much, but or there's just a bunch of dogs loose and they're getting chased and they can't deliver because they're getting chased by a bunch of dogs. That could possibly be it as well. We don't know.
Yeah, we can't rule any of that out at all.
Because they will get chased and they don't like them. So I mean, if there's too many dogs in a certain area, they're not going to go back in. And if you can't reel the dogs in, then that's something that should be looked into. But that's the only other theory I have.
You got two large packs of dog. That can really derail a whole city.
Yeah, I mean, a bicycle, a little bicycle gang of kids can derail an entire thing. So if you get some organized dogs, then that's trouble. Shout out to Bucharest, Romania, 60,000 wild dogs. That's a real fact. I try to bring it up on every podcast, but yeah, how many wild dogs are in Bucharest, Romania is astounding. So something you should look into when you get bored. Yeah, pretty tight.
If I ever go to Romania, that's where I'm going.
So many. That's 60,000 is a lot. It is a lot.
It's a lot of pets. Robert would not go there. He would just pat him on the head like once. He'd be like, cool, thank you, good boy.
Yeah, it seems like a little too many dogs.
Let's not get carried
away with pets. You'll be surprised to hear this. They are hungry and they mean business. So yeah, be careful.
Have you ever thought about maybe Snake City that you put together, where you just inhabited an entire city with snakes on snakes on snakes? What if you introduced them to the dogs? Maybe the dogs eat some of the snakes.
Those dogs get get bitten and eaten pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, but if the hungry dog runs quicker,
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. That's a tough one. I don't know. I the other day I saw I don't know if it was on TikTok or somewhere where I was completely wasting time watching videos that were unnecessary. But I saw it was a black mamba, and it killed an entire pack of hyenas. Because it was eating a deer, and then those hyenas took the deer from it, and it was poisoned because of the venom, and it killed the entire pack. I was like, tight. So I don't know,
that's some gangster shit.
Yeah, Black Mamba. Shout out to Kobe, rest in peace, but also the snake.
Yeah, the snake would have beaten Kobe in a fight for sure. Not in basketball, but in a fight.
I don't know. I bet Kobe is venomous. Rest in peace if he was venomous. I mean, if there was a guy that could poison you, or that would take on a snake, it would be him. He's a psycho as well. So I don't know.
I like to watch the videos. If you ever show me a video of a mongoose and a snake, just because as kids we were like, mongooses are the only things that can kill snakes, and for a period of time I thought that was the only way you can deal with a snake. Like if you ever show me a mongoose versus snake video, I'm absolutely watching all of it. Like it's electric.
You talking Ricky Tikki Tavi?
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
No, but it's true. Yeah, shout out to the mongoose though. Yeah, you forget that like snakes are kind of bitches, and you can just, at least as a person, you can just like pick them up and sling them. You can just throw them.
Whip them. Just whip them.
Yeah, so, I mean, the snakes are kind of bitches, but but I understand why people don't like them.
Yeah. It's also been cold, and the other thing I wrote down for the Precome segment is that I've had to do the heater in the car for the first time in a while, and I don't think is it possible to have your car just regularly like warm? Like it's either like you get it to where you're like, oh, it's just cold air blowing on me. Holy fuck, it's hot as shit. And then you turn it off, and then you get cold again, and then you turn it on, and there's cold air blowing on you, and then it's hot again, and then you're burning up, and then you turn it off. Is that just me, or everybody else does that too, right?
I think that's the $1 million question. No, exactly. Or just same with restaurants or places you go into that it's all cranked up. We need some sort of like spaceship like redoes the atmosphere when it closes up. I just want it to be where it always is, in my bedroom, where it's comfy. I don't want it to be toasty. I'm just trying it to not freeze. So I don't know why it has to be. You can't have one or the other.
Yeah, just all the new fancy cars. Like I don't have one of where it has like whatever the temperature inside is, but like you should just be able to set it like a thermostat. Be like, yo, keep it at like 72.
Yeah,
Don't just
I think
consistently blow on me.
I think the house ones do that because they're like you can set it to where when it gets to this temperature, kick on. So I think you can get closer there, but still, it never works. It's always wait, especially in the car. It's just too hot and it's brutal.
Yeah.
So I'm with you 100% on that.
I just didn't know if that was like maybe I have an older car and they figured it out. But to me, I've never been in a car where you're like, this is just, I'm not sweating in this jacket that I'm in and then just
Mine
turning it off
cranks
until I'm
it.
cold again.
My car
Yeah.
cranks the heat, like, and I'm just like, oh yeah, it's only good when you first get in and it's frigid and you can warm up, and then it's like once that's
Yeah, that
passed,
5-minute window. It's about 5 minutes. We're like cold, 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 cold. Oh, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of
yeah,
warmth. My
but
steering
yeah,
wheel's cold,
that's
and then I'm dead.
yeah, and then you'll forget about it, and then like especially here in Houston, like it's completely a different temperature in the afternoon where it's as warm. So like it was 30 degrees in the morning and it's 70 by the time the afternoon rolls around, and you leave the heat on and you forget for a second, and then it's even hotter in the car, and then you throw your fist up. So that's more of me. That's me, just me being an idiot, but it's still not very comfy.
Not comfy at all. Not comfy at all. I know you guys are both baseball dudes. Y'all pay attention to the writers, and I'm trying to not get mad about it this year, just because that's what they get off on telling us. Like, I think this guy can't get in the hall. Like, I'm not gonna care, so I don't want to react. But I just want to say, like, so I'm not gonna react to them. So fuck the writers. Not react. This is not me reacting. This is me coming up with a way that I'm not reacting to the writers by reacting some other way. What if we just had our own Hall of Fame where it's like the not guys in the Hall of Fame? It's like, look, this is the real Hall of Fame. Like, they just call it the steroid Hall of Fame. I've always said, like, put a wing in there. Be like, look, there's some asterisks with this. No, just give like Barry Bonds his own Hall of Fame. Call it the Barry Bonds Hall of Fame, and then just put like all of the steroid guys in it. It'll be way cooler.
Yeah, they call it the Pete Rose Hall of Fame, where anybody that's banned from baseball, because that you have to not have the greatest baseball player that ever played thus far. It might. We'll see what happens with Shohei, but Barry Bonds is. I mean, it's a joke that those guys that aren't in, but whatever.
Like, wouldn't that be more like? Would you rather go to like? I mean, I understand the appeal of going to the baseball Hall of Fame, but like, wouldn't it also be kind of cool to just go hear all the weird shit that like, hey, and this is a collar from a dog that Pete Rose actually lost gambling. Like he was gambling on the way to, like, that would be a funny story. And just all like the degenerate shit. Like you get like it's like seeing like a mafia museum or going to Alcatraz. You're like, what? This is where Al Capone was? Like, you get to see all the dirty shit that like the Baseball Hall of Fame doesn't want you to see. But and this is one of the syringes Barry used to juice up on that home run Hall of Fame season.
Dude, that would kill. We should actually since we've said it, it's trademarked. We cannot. It's all right. You can't do anything. Yep. First of all, I'm a sucker for a zany museum. Anything like the Smithsonian has some. That one's classy, but it's got some weird shit. But you get all the like Ripley's Believe It or Not, where you get like here's the I don't know, some giant skeleton, or it just has the craziest stuff ever. That'd be awesome. You get Jose Canseco's not only syringe, but the hat that he wore when the home run hit off his head.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on wax museums?
The creepiest possible thing imaginable.
Okay. So those aren't wacky. Those are creepy.
Well, yeah, but also, are you gonna? If you see an entire set of the Oprah Winfrey Show, you're not gonna sit in that seat and do it and pretend like you're getting interviewed.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have fun in there. But they, the wax. And
the concept of coming up with like, let's just make a bunch of wax figures. Like, that's weird. If you get a wax figure, funny, obviously you're gonna display it. But like, whoever's idea it was to like, let's make 1,000 of these and put them all in one place. Weird.
It's either a sex pervert or a witch. The only two people that are constructing anything.
You do both.
But it's like they fall in the uncanny valley realm. You familiar with the uncanny valley?
I've heard about it. Once you fill it, fill those.
Well, it's just when something is like when something is just off and it's supposed to be hyper realistic. But yeah, it's like the vibe you get when you're watching the animatronic band at Chuck E. Cheese, and how they move kind of weird, or you see the wax where they're close to looking like something, but they're just
fake
they
enough.
They lack life. Yeah. Basically, they lack the life. But yeah, it's just a very weird. Yeah, there's something about them because some are extremely convincing, But yeah, go have fun in there. Go goof around. Go stand next to Wax Shaquille O'Neal, and Yeah, that's fun.
I mean, the steroid Hall of Fame would have some wax. We'd have some wax syringes, some wax steroids. Just all this, like this is what Balco used to send out to some of the players.
Yeah, progression
There's
of
just
Barry
a
Bonds.
wax
His
figure of
head,
it.
his head from the rookie year all the way up until when he was pretty much just Mr. Mackey, and he just
And
had
then
a
you could
giant
do
balloon.
like we're like at Toyota Center with Yao Ming, where it's like, and this is Yao's hand. Kids, put your hand there. Like just
Yeah,
have like the Barry Bonds head progression,
yeah,
like rookie
yeah.
year. Yeah, just like that. This is his third time he was an all-star. And then you can just have your child like continue to go down the road. Like, look, and this is where he just has a really bigger head than me.
But yeah, you could really, yeah, but just make it all of like the fun part of baseball. Have like the coyote carcass that Nolan Ryan killed. Yeah, just all sorts of anything
You have
that's
a greenie station.
yeah, I love this. Yeah, you have a whole recreation of the Astros, how they set up in the video booth where they set up and cheated. Just have the all just fucking blacklisted stuff. MLB would you get a cease and desist so fast in that, but it would make a gazillion dollars.
But couldn't you just like, isn't the basketball Hall of Fame is not the NBA Hall of Fame? It's like the Naismith Memorial.
Yeah, but they
like,
have the rights. Yeah,
you
they
have the
just
licensing stuff, I guess. Yeah.
you have to have it. Yeah, they would. I mean, they need to lean in. Like, I mean, everybody.
Baseball
everybody's
can't.
kinda-
Like that's why all of their awards are like in the middle of like a primetime NFL game. That's why no one really like the All-Star thing is the only thing that they do better than anybody else, and they're still trying to kind of fuck that up. It seems like.
But that's only because of just how the game is played that it works out that you can play a competitive baseball game at the highest level. But everything else is contact, and you just can't. But yeah, that they just got lucky on that one. I think. Well, home run derby's pretty sick.
They flag people for, but they ruined that. That's not as cool as it used to be. Like, like Chris Berman's not on it. I know that's not 100% them, but like
rumbling, bumbling, stumbling home runs. It's just
back.
I kind of miss it now. I kind of miss Berman now. He was, I mean, he became a bumbling idiot, a bumbling, stumbling, fumbling.
Let
idiot,
let him do the first round every year. Let him do the first round every year, and then he can bow out.
What an idiot! Yeah, they added money balls and like, I mean, just the golden tickets and whatever else, and yeah.
Like, I don't want to have to think. Like that was the beauty of the home run derby. Is like this guy gets to not hit the home run 10 times, and then he's out.
Yeah.
And then you're like sick. So like Josh Hamilton could just hit 500 if he doesn't stop, and they're like, exactly. That's exactly what it means. And now they're like, all right, well, he has 2 minutes, but then he has a timeout in the middle. And then if he hits 18 home runs, he's going to get an extra 14 seconds. Why? We don't know. Because this stadium we're in for the All-Star game retired at number 14 this year. And that's really why. But now you're just figuring that out.
That sucks. Yeah, and like Bregman got killed that one year because they had the time from the distance. And although Bregman was doing really great but they were all just barely getting over because he doesn't hit bombs, but he didn't get a time bonus because he wouldn't hit a 450-foot home run and he didn't advance because of that. I was like, that sucks. He was fucking crushing it. So that's just
and then adding the brackets. Rules like whoever hits the 4 guys that hit the most, second round, done. Like I don't give a fuck if Alex Bregman hits more than Aaron Judge in a versus match. I don't give a shit about that. Is he gonna like? I liked when you'd have the guy that was like 5th and he's kind of sitting there like, oh shit, I might get in, or he was 4th. The guy that always hit like 8 home runs.
Yeah, just the most ones. I don't care about the league. Let's just see who hits the most home runs. We don't have to do a head-to-head NCAA tournament.
It was simple. It was a simple
the NBA
like
did that. I don't. Yeah, I know. I hate it. I hate any time that I realize that I'm doing that. But yeah, NBA did it too with the trying to switch it up. I liked the East versus West. I don't care if it's unfair and weird. That was fun. I don't want to see. I don't know. Whatever. We're being old and curmudgeons. We're the who are the Stadler and what's the other guy? The Muppets, the old guys that are yelling.
Oh yeah. I don't remember their names right now.
Stadler and something. I don't know.
Siskel and Ebert. That's exactly.
Yeah, but the writers are the most pretentious possible. To get back to the actual question, the writers suck ass, and they're so pretentious, and then they're still idiots. They got to give it to they got to let the players vote themselves in, and that's the only way to do it. That they know what they're talking about. They know who's good, who isn't. They respect themselves. That's the only way to do it because writers all have an angle, and there's guys that will keep somebody out for their own personal thing, and that's fun.
He snubbed me in an interview one time. He said he didn't like the New York Post, and I wrote for the New York Post. Like, all right, dude.
And yeah, and they're petty, and the way they write their articles too. Like they think they're Steinbeck. And they're writing, and they're just, it's like, dude, you are a baseball writer. And they're just like, yeah, it just fallen upon to me It's just, oh my God. Yeah, fuck them. I hate them.
That's
And
what, but
yeah,
like
they're-
the steroid Hall of Fame, like, oh, how else can we make it awesome? Like all that's on all the TVs on the wall, are just dingers, just home run after home run after home run, but it's all from the guys in there. Like, hey, all we're gonna do is just show every Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire home run from the 1990 season or whatever season.
Yeah, 99, 98. You mean the most exciting year of baseball that's ever been?
Just back to
ever
back to
existed?
back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Like that's all we're gonna have on this one TV. Then it's Barry Bonds from when he broke that record, and then these are all the other sick home runs that have gone over 500
They were
feet or
so much
whatever.
better. What's crazy is that steroids, and I personally couldn't care less that they were used. It absolutely saved the sport of baseball. So, and nobody would argue that with the 98 and then Barry Bonds and all that. But so it's crazy that it's such a negative thing. But yeah, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Maybe Mark McGwire would be the only one of those guys in that group that actually benefited to become a Hall of Famer because of steroids. All of those players, great in their own right. So
Yeah.
I don't think it didn't other than Brady Anderson hit 40-something home runs one year out of nowhere. There's nobody. It didn't make a bad player good. It just hit a guy who hit home runs. He hit them into the water now.
Well,
So
like Clemens,
I don't know.
like he just threw faster. Still, he was still just faster throwing really sick
50,
pitches.
Yeah, until him and Pettit. Yeah, they pitched till they're 50, and because of HGH, not necessarily. Yeah, it didn't make any bad players good. So I don't know. I think it gets people act like it. Yeah, that's what it did, but it didn't. Barry Bonds was already the best hitter ever, and he just he'd get one pitch to hit a week and hit it in like 700 feet, and it was incredible to watch.
Sick.
And he's hated by everybody. He's a jerk, and he always has been. But it's not even close that he's the most hated guy of all time. I mean, the greatest player of all time.
We're actually going to have coming in another segment. We had a request from Patrick McLellan that maybe we're going to have a little mock draft of some hated
Yeah, we had to do
sports coming up, huh?
Couldn't come on here and not do a mock draft.
He had one request, and I was like, absolutely.
I know, I was pumped. I was like, I like it. Nice.
Did you guys have anything for the Precome segment?
I learned that Star Wars is the reason why we have Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah?
What?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew.
I can't wait to hear this.
That in front of Waterboy, they played a trailer for Star Wars Phantom Menace, and people would buy tickets just to watch that trailer, and then they would walk out.
What?
But that gave Waterboy legs and made Adam Sandler a star.
He already had done Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. I mean, he was
like,
come on.
Put him to the next level?
Yeah, put him to the next level.
They didn't stay for Waterboy is a classic. I watched it recently. It's incredible to see that and delete. Well, Star Wars guys they're not. They got to get back and research the Sith. They don't have time to watch anything about no foosball.
And then like you didn't watch the Waterboy, but then you like went back and ended up having to sit through the Phantom Menace, and it's like that's kind of your punishment.
It's sick. I got to give him credit. Jar Jar Binks rules. I don't know what anybody says. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, but even if it's a bad movie, which Waterboy was not, it rules. They didn't say no. It's great, incredible. But to see that and to pay for a ticket and leave is just a goddamn Star Wars guy. I'll tell you what, that's dumb. But it doesn't surprise me that like
sure.
if it would have been any other like group, I would have been like, the Swifties would do that. They would absolutely do that to go to see
There's
a
like
little clip
a
of Taylor doing
handful.
something. And that I'm saying that with all due respect. I would never. That's just with respect. That's just how much they love their. I would please don't come for me.
We stand.
But yeah, that adds up. I like that. That's a cool fact. I say true. I agree.
Well, that was all you needed to bring in. Honestly.
But have either of y'all seen UB Halloween?
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It is incredible. I mean, it is the dumbest thing possible, but that's every.
But so bad,
movie.
it's good.
So many people to watch it, and they're just like, "What are you talking about?" I'm just like, "No, just trust me. It was so funny."
Wait till Halloween when you're in the spirit.
And nobody.
It's way better when you're in the spirit.
It's supposed to be a sequel coming out, so.
Thank God.
But did you just realize that Adam Sandler is just playing a mentally challenged guy in every single movie?
Yeah, like Little Nicky.
Yeah, Little Nicky. But Happy Gilmore.
Big Daddy, essentially.
Billy Madison. He's a guy going back to kindergarten. Obviously, Waterboy, especially. Yeah, I mean, every single UB Halloween, he was a guy that was. Yeah, I mean, every single one is just him. The only ones he wasn't was like serious, his funny people, and that which it wasn't his movie in Spanglish. Both not his.
Punch
Happy
Drunk
Madison.
Love.
That's a good one too.
He kind of didn't understand. Yeah, no, you could argue that he was on that he was like on the spectrum there too. So I'm gonna walk that take back.
Right. It's just like he talks weird. He's just like either playing an idiot or just like a belly who tell you who. It's very funny.
Which is why I don't know why it's so funny,
I love him.
but it is every time.
Even the dumb ones. I'm not fully on board with like what is it? What is it, Daddy's Home or what? I don't know. One of those. He has one of those older.
There's some weird ones. They're not gonna be winners.
With the old guy crew. What's the one where they're all like
grown-ups?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has its moments, but still, they're all, even the dumb ones are kind of funny.
There's always funny parts in it, but like nobody has only good movies. And he signed like $1 billion deal with Netflix to put out 10 movies. So we had to put out 10. They're not all gonna be the best in the world.
The Jennifer Aniston crime mystery was a garbage, but no, you're 100% right.
Fun to look at.
She's still the best. But I mean,
he's mastered what you do. Like what I would like to think I would do if I got just really, really famous. We're like, I'm going to get all my boys. You guys come hang out. We're going to shoot a fucking film in Hawaii for like 2 months. And also I got like the hottest girls in the world to just come be in it. So you guys are down?
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah. But they see that the Jennifer Aniston murder mystery or whatever. I think they shot that in like, it was Monaco and like in the Mediterranean. And so it's like, yeah, there are all these locations. It's all your boys. You're all getting paid. You have full creative control to say you have your dumb fart jokes. And I mean, literally it's the best possible thing you can do. And then you just show up in basketball shorts and hoop in random places. And then you're going to do one movie that stresses a lot of us out about gambling. And other than that
was
is very
really
good. But I mean, it was about as intense as a movie as I've ever seen. I mean, that was. But yeah, shout out to Adam Sandler. So yeah, hell yeah.
He has like a Nickelback thing. I feel like that almost happens every couple of like every couple of years or like every couple of months even. We'd be like, dude, Adam Sandler's like not even that good. And then like there's some story about like how he just went to like Rucker Park in New York City in his fucking baggy clothes and like just hooped it up with some special needs kid because he said he loved Billy Madison. And then you're like, what a fucking guy. He bought some homeless lady an apartment. And just like was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And it's like he doesn't say it, just somebody reported about it. And you're like, you're gonna fucking hate that guy? You're gonna hate that guy? No, he's cool again.
That's a good comparison because I don't know. Yeah, Nickelback gets thrown into that, and I don't know who needs to hear it, but Nickelback didn't suck when they came out. I mean, they
just
really,
sold out
really did.
in Houston. They sold out all their Houston dates.
Oh, and they still do. But I'm saying I'm not
in minutes.
I will admit I'm not driving around banging Nickelback, but if You Remind Me comes on, like they don't. I don't know how they are not the worst band ever. We
all know the songs.
The Photograph one's pretty funny, but that was when they lost their touch for a second. And they had to bring it back in and come back down to earth. But they're hilarious. I watched them on some guy. They were on a couple of they did a podcast tour, and they were doing the leaning into it thing, which is I would be pissed if people were talking about that about me, and I was like. I'd be very angry, but no, they laughed about it and were like leaning into that worst thing ever. So that kind of rules. But anybody who does that, even if I hated you previously, like if you can lean in and embrace what everybody says and have fun with it, then I'm on board automatically.
Just like your boy Drake, who's letting you crash at his pad right now.
Yeah, he's busy. He's got a bunch of DMs he's got to send out. So
yeah,
he'll be busy for a while.
Make sure those are good, but. Yeah, that was a solid little pre-com segment, everybody. Way to go, everyone. Let's move on now to the Comeback Kids segment where we tell you what's back in the news according to us each week. It's brought to you this week by littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com, the best air fresheners in the biz. If you're driving around with one of those baby back bitch little green or black or red or yellow or whatever trees on your rear view mirror, you're gonna rip those bad boys down, throw them on the passenger side because we don't mess with Texas. We don't litter. And then you're going to go when it's safe to littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com, order a Little M air freshener. I like the fresh to death scent and the out of this world design. You can go get the Miami Beach one too. You can get all kinds of cool designs and smells. And my hack I tell you guys every single week is in the bottom of your trash can, throw one down there. And then when you're changing the liner out, if you got smelly shit in your trash bag, it's not going to make your whole trash can smell, and that stays and that lingers. You're going to have a nice little Little M right there. And they're cheap, they're affordable. If you spend $10 or more, you're gonna get free shipping, and you're also gonna get 10% off when you use our promo code PTG69 at littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. Shout out to Tyler Haney for ordering one. He has, I'm not gonna say it right now, but he had a really funny custom keychain that you can get. You can get awesome custom keychains at littlemshop.com. You can get all your tchotchkes. I like it that they use the word tchotchkes. Best place for tchotchkes on the internet. Shout out to Danielle Weston as well too. She also ordered some keychains and air fresheners. So appreciate everybody supporting Little M Shop. If you're supporting them, the people that support the podcast, let them know they're at Little EM Tweets on Twitter and at Little EM Shop on Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. You guys are the best. Use our promo code PTG69 at checkout for 10% off your order at littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com, the official sponsor of the Comeback Kid segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right, our first Comeback Kid this week is Zen. Boys, they're coming for the Zens. They're coming for the Zens. Chuck Shoemaker, or whatever his name was doing the whole thing about, hey, these are the new alternatives to vapes. They're getting the kids on the nicotine. So I did a little flow chart for you, Pat. So it's drugs is the first thing. We don't like drugs. We don't want the kids on drugs.
Okay.
Well,
I guess agree. No
like
kids. We don't want kids on
prescription drugs that we're gonna get them hooked on to later. Like we'll get to that later. But cigarettes after drugs, that's where the next era is. And then they were like, no. We told you to smoke those while you were pregnant because it helps, get through the pregnancy. But like now we walk that back. Actually, bad. Don't do that. X those out. So then
smart.
we
Yeah,
went
that's probably good.
to vapes. They were like, no, vapes bad. We can't do
The worst
that.
of ever. Yeah, they're the worst one, I think. Yeah.
They're the worst. So then they were like Zen, which is like I think not nicotine, but non-addictive nicotine. I don't fucking know. I don't dip. I don't do Zens. But I do know a bunch of people do. Pat, that is not here today, does Zen on the reg. And he does so much that he orders it online, so he doesn't have to go. He can order it in bulk. Big Zen guy. I don't give a fuck what people do, man. And the fact that like I always think it's weird when they just do we're doing it for the kids. Like we made sure that now they can't do vapes. It's like, why don't you just let parents tell them not to do it? I don't fucking know. Like whose business is
It's
it?
already against the law. I mean, yeah. I don't.
Like
yeah,
when
I
they're
don't
of
like
age, they
either.
can do it. Well, it's gonna make them like it more. Okay.
100%.
Like let them fucking do it, man.
The only thing I'll say, the only pushback I'll give you on the any kind of dip or Zen or anything with the mouth, that one is it, and it says it on the box. That one is a guaranteed for mouth cancer to have your whole face. If you do that long enough, you will get mouth cancer or some sort of cancer there. And that one you can't. Yeah, you can. So I don't really have a problem with that being banned. It's like 100% chance. Like you will get it if you do it long enough at some point. So that's not good.
But it's one of those things where it's like telling me not to do it makes me want to just go buy all the Zens I can right now. And just, I know that they're not aiming this at me, but I just want to do a bunch of Zens. Like, no.
Well, you're a bad boy. Yeah, I'm like you. Yeah, you're a bad boy. And anytime anybody tells you something, they're like, wear a mask. Like, no, you know what? I'm not going to.
Now I'm not doing it.
Now I'm not getting the vaccine. Now I don't believe it exists. It's like, I'm
not getting it even harder.
No, but 100%. If somebody tells me to do something, I don't care. We'll tell you to watch a TV show. Like, you got to watch this. If you tell me I got to watch
Game of Thrones,
it,
Squid Game, won't watch it. Won't watch it.
I still haven't watched Squid Game, but I probably and I have to be on my own terms, and it's going to be a while, even if it's to my own detriment. If you tell me I got to do something, you got to see this. Yeah, well, I'm not going to now.
That was exactly what we did with Squid Games. Pat and Robert and I were sitting here, and we were like, "Have y'all seen Squid Games?" And I was like, "Everybody's telling me to watch it," and I was like, "Do y'all want to just like boycott it, like as solidarity in a pack?"
I love
that.
that.
We're not fucking watching it. And then like they have a reality show, like fucking that. We're not watching that. I was like, the pact is still going on with the reality show too. I was like, absolutely, we're not watching it.
Yeah, and it's also if a show gets to like where like somebody who you think's an idiot, or like on social media and then somebody makes a post about it, you're like, oh, if it's this widespread that morons are watching it, then I'm definitely not gonna tune in. But it doesn't even have to be that. It could be a dear loved one that I actually trust their opinion on stuff. But if it's you got to watch this, you got to do that, watch me not do that, because I'm bad to the bone, and that's just what it is. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get some Zen after this. Probably gonna get some Zen after this as well. I'm probably gonna dial in, get into that. You're right. Yeah, I'm with you.
Just to do it. Maybe I don't even do the Zen. Maybe I just go buy them. I'll just buy them and put them behind me as like a display.
Yeah, you should get them. Yeah, Zen. I think Lucy is a bigger of that. Like their rival is a competitor, but they do a lot of podcast advertising. That's a big deal. Yeah, let's just sell them to more kids. Like get them as a sponsor, and then just make it more widespread. That's pretty fun.
I want to get Robert really hooked on Zen. Robert's like, straight edge as you can be. We need to get you hooked on Zen because it's like not as bad as dip. So it's like you're like borderline bad boy, but like you're still a bad boy because now Chuck Schumacher doesn't want you to do it.
Yeah, and girls hate it. It's actually it's pretty tight. You should get into it. Did you have either of you smoke cigarettes at all?
I always was a drunk cigarette smoker. Like I would study and I would be like, I need to stay up and do it. And it would just basically give me a reason to not be studying. It would give me breaks. So I'd be like, I need breaks. So I got a cigarette. Like that's what it was. And then I would be drunk at the bar. I'd be like, can I bum a cigarette?
Pretty tight. But yeah, that always used to very much upset me at work or someplace where it's like all the smokers, we got a break every 15 minutes, and like it was just allowed, and like if you don't smoke, you don't get to go have a break every 15 minutes. So I was very upset about that. But yeah, everybody that smoked always talked about like the incredible rush and how good it feels, and how it helps you focus, and it's like a cup of coffee. It's like I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty fun. So yeah,
I took Adderall. That's what I got.
Yeah, we'll say yeah for sure.
And I guess when you have Adderall and you stack them, you're like, I don't know, it doesn't feel as cool as Adderall.
It probably boosts up the Adderall. It probably gives it
a
kick. I just read an article that says that that nicotine and not with any tobacco or anything, but like a nicotine patch for AD and ADD and ADHD is actually does something with your neurotransmitters that actually gives you an Adderall like focus boost. And so I don't know how substantiated that is, but that's interesting. I have to get some nicotine patches and pop those on, see what happens with that.
Do some experiments, yeah.
Yeah, but that'd be cool if it worked, and then you come and I just have them all over me. It'd be pretty funny.
Going back to like cigarette breaks, like a cigarette is basically like tobacco is essentially a drug, right?
It absolutely is, yeah.
Isn't it weird that like people can like vape in offices and stuff? Like, I don't know if that's allowed still, but like I've seen people like vape in offices where you're like if you were crushing like a bottle of whiskey, you just took a swig out of it, like you're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But like you can just I'm kind of high in the workplace, but like I just wanted to get high. I want to get ripped real fast. Like I know we're in this meeting, boss, but hold on, I gotta take a big rip from my vape pen. You're like, are you just getting high? But like if I was to pour a glass of whiskey, just take a little edge off, you're like, that guy's got a problem. But like a cigarette is cool.
You're a problem, yeah.
I just had one beer. I went shotgun one beer. It's fine.
Tobacco's brilliant PR campaign, and just their whole perception that they've shaped for us. I mean, it used to be on airplanes, on everywhere, people just smoking all the time, and like that was just because they made it look cool, and like
it still looks cool.
Just the Thank You for Smoking movie is pretty good. Oh, it's cool as hell. It's like the coolest thing. You get to dice clay and go around the head, and it's like the coolest thing ever. But yeah, it's not great to make out with anybody who's been smoking, and it doesn't smell great if you are. Yeah, there's a pub by my house that we go and play trivia every once in a while, and it's grandfathered with smoke, and there is nothing worse than not smoking and leaving and having to burn all your clothes and stuff. So it does suck. But I would like to look cool. So I'm gonna probably gonna take up smoking as well as Zen, and we'll see what happens. So that's
just do a little bit, put a Zen in, and then light a cig.
Might just throw in heroin as well. Might give heroin a shot as well.
Just while we're no, they don't want us to do that. That's why they started the cigarettes thing. No drugs, cigarettes, then no cigarettes, vapes, then no vapes, Zens.
Gateway, yeah, it leads to heroin. Yeah, that's a gateway. But it worked for me, so I'm gonna try it. We'll see.
They're never gonna come up with another alternative to Zen. It's not like they keep doing that or anything.
No, yeah, that's the thing. That's why it's annoying, and it feels like it is like a loop, because somebody is going to always going to come up with one, the criminals and the bad people that are trying to make a buck they're always one step ahead. And then you got to catch up and ban that. And then you overcorrect and then infringe on our rights and ruin something. And then it'll never end. So
it all works in the end, maybe. Or
in the end, it doesn't even matter. That's I'm quoting Linkin Park.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've come so far to lose it all. I think that's Linkin Park, right?
I wonder what he must have been going through. I don't know. If only he had said it in some song.
Yeah, he seemed like a happy guy. Was he ever? Now, let me ask you this: was he ever crawling in his skin at all? Because that's okay. All right. Well, that's
one step closer to the edge, and he's about to break.
Man, that's sad. I don't mean to laugh at it. Rest in peace, Chester. Have you read any of the conspiracy theories on that, where that he was murdered?
Oh,
it was
yeah.
He was on
like
some
a child
pedophilia,
sex ring or something.
pedophilia ring tick, and and he was like, apparently I looked into.
I've seen those TikToks.
The documentary that he was apparently making with Anthony Bourdain, and it was not true. So
and Chris Cornell allegedly too.
But that was something that you want to talk about, a conspiracy that will reel me in. That where things that aren't connected are connected, and they bring in. I was fully hooked, and then I looked into it just a slight bit, and then it was debunked. So, but
it's but that's what I love. That's what I kind of try and do every couple of weeks is just say some asinine thing and then put it up as a clip, so where people just take it out of context. And it's
has that worked at all?
We did it with Texas Roadhouse. We completely made up the beginning of Texas Roadhouse, and everyone that ever worked at Texas Roadhouse has to comment on it and then let us know that we're wrong and that we're idiots. And then people go argue with them and say they seem like they know what they're talking about. And then the algorithm picks it up, and it's kind of that's the brilliant part of it. But really, this is the formula. Name 3 people that have died in the last couple of months, and then I will somehow come up with some stupid thing tied to pedophilia, because people are that's a buzzword. And then all these perverts here, politics, and then the big corporations are covering it up. Somehow weave all that in there together and then put it on a TikTok. Boom, it's 10 million views.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think I've gotten pretty good at being able to decipher what's real and what's not. But there are a few that get over, and then I'll click on the comments, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm retarded. I believed it for a second, but people are doing they're doing fake podcasts, which I think I'm gonna start doing, where they just have the mic and the setup and they're just talking, but it's not an actual podcast.
It's clips.
So I think I'm gonna start doing that.
Podcast that doesn't exist.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it unironically. I'm gonna have real takes and just do it, and just not actually put any effort to editing and put a podcast out and just do that. So I think that's
a good idea.
Pretty fun. But there's that. Then there's all those the fake. The ones that make me laugh are the clear actors in a situation that is so written by some moron that's never been in a fight. It's supposed to be some sort of person being racist or being discriminatory, and it's just bad acting, and they're arguing and have you seen these?
Oh yeah. I love that's my favorite thing in the world to do.
For them to
watch a hate crime and be like, that's not real. I feel so bad, but
the alien ones. So TikTok, that's all in my algorithm are people that are just trying to do fake things to get over on anything that's happening. The aliens in Miami, and then just adding their stuff in that's clearly not anything. It's actually pretty funny.
And then I get frustrated with it, and then I realize that's all the videos you're watching. That's all that it thinks you're watching. So that's all you're going to be watching. That's all it's giving you. And it's I've fallen victim.
Yeah, because I like just going solely for you page and just being at the mercy of it. But then the double-edged sword is that you put your phone down for a second, you left it playing, and there was one. Yeah, it was just some. It was just Chinese math competitions, and you get that, and you're just like, no, I did not want this.
I don't want to learn Chinese math.
It immediately throws you into it. If it's impressive sometimes, but it can backfire on that. You're like, no, you just wanted to watch this one thing because this was interesting, but you don't give a shit you don't want to be inundated by it. But figure that out, Chinese.
Yeah. Our next comeback kid we got is storming the court, because we had ourselves a good old fashioned court storming incident this week. And Caitlin Clark, some would say the darling of college basketball. Angel Reese is my darling of college basketball. Angel Reese is my goat. But yeah, I would also say flopping is a comeback kid this week too, as well as storming the court, because Caitlin Clark, like there was a whole, like I got a notification from ESPN. Like I don't have like college women's basketball updates set to like come to me, but it was like Caitlin Clark in altercation with fan after Ohio State students stormed the court in upset win over Iowa. And I was like,
pretty tight.
I'm going to go click this, obviously. Like what happened here?
100%.
And then I was just like, all right, good job, ESPN. You got me to click. The algorithm worked. It worked. But like, she didn't get like in an altercation with the fan. She initiated contact with this girl that's running, holding her phone out. I'll send you the clip, Robert, if you can put it over there. If we don't get dinged.
Yeah, she was just
like,
she was just
go
mad.
look it up.
Understandably mad. They're upset, but yeah, and those people are running wild. I'm surprised that didn't happen more often. Because especially in those games where it's immediately like I'm killing somebody, especially after a heartbreaking loss. I mean, you got these idiots that are drunk running around. But yeah, you did get clickbaited for sure.
If you haven't watched it, just Caitlin Clark, or if Robert put it in there, Caitlin Clark and storming the court, like she is walking off the court and there's a fan that's running. She's trying to film it herself running, and she's not running into Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark takes a step towards her, throws an elbow, if not an elbow, at least a shoulder into her, and then
she did a Jermaine O'Neal.
She realized quickly, like, oh no, I went too far with this. I should have done that. And then you can tell she's like, oh no, does the like pirouettes, spin, 360 falls, and then like medical comes out. She's got medical attention around her the rest of the time. And then Ohio State apologized. And we're like, you know what? It is dangerous. The fans should not be putting players at risk like that. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, she fucking started this. Like, she wanted to play victim.
I don't know. I see that fans should not be storming the court, running around pure chaos. I think, I mean, even if it is her, you're on the court. You're at just like the guy that got dropped. I said that's the Jermaine O'Neal. The guy was just like got squared up on in the Malice at the Palace. Your fault. Like don't be on the court. But yeah, that is pretty funny to immediately go into like the acting, the faking mode is pretty hilarious. But
I related with her a little bit when I realized, like, I was like, what? Because I like to just do the troll tweet. I was like, if Angel Reese does this, everyone loses their mind. Because like her flipping her off was like way worse than this apparently. But I realized after watching it many times, trying to come up with the hottest take I could possibly come up with this, that like she is all of us. Like when, like for me, it's the Giants. For you guys, it's the Astros. Like, you know, your team loses and you're fucking you're mad. You lose that game to the Rangers. Like, what the fuck? But then like you punch your TV and you're like, I overreacted there. I overreacted. And she did that. I fucking so mad. I'm gonna fucking elbow this bitch. Oh no. I gotta pretend that I'm hurt. And then like you do the thing where like you turn your TV off and then you turn it back on to see if it works. Like, no. It'll work if I just turn it off, turn it back on. Fuck, TV's green. This is not good. This is not. And like she did that. Like I gotta correct this. Where if I fall down, pretend I'm dead, then they're gonna think I was not the one that started this. I was the victim. And that she played it perfectly.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, but it'd be clear. But you're saying how obvious it was. I mean, almost with the cameras, that's a pretty risky move. I respect it, but it's just but no, you're right. You feel like a fool if you ever overreact about something, especially. I mean, losing your temper. I don't really anymore. Like I just don't. I don't let sports take that space. So I mean, I can turn off a game that's heartbreaking and realize it was heartbreaking and just move on because it sucks. But didn't always used to be. Yeah, I just don't let it. I'm not gonna be one of those people that let a loss like ruin my relationships and anybody around me. Like that's, but I do understand it. But yeah, it
is like a 12-step program. Like I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna not drink
now.
Yeah,
you can't give it that power.
I'm not gonna drink now. I'm gonna watch it on mute if I'm really mad. Okay, now I'm gonna put it on the iPad so it's not the main screen I'm looking at. Okay,
just gonna update the ESPN app. Just gonna do the Gamecast. I'm just gonna check.
And then you get one game where you lose it all and you start over square one. I'm like, God damn it. Like I need it. Like you should get a chip for like 0 altercations during football season, week 2. Awesome, cool.
And then gotta reset.
To start off week 8. Sorry guys. That's bad.
That's a good skit. You just like pan over to the punched hole in the wall and you go back to the ticker. It's just like 0. It's like, well, yeah, it's tough. I'll scream. I'll curse and scream. Yeah, I'll yell during the game. I'll be like, God damn it! But I mean, it's not like it's not real anger. But yeah, but no, I understand it. Yeah, people. Do you ever get the urge to like, and you don't? This is not even anger. It's just out of nowhere. You just want to like push somebody or like
Yes,
punch
yes.
them or shove them, and it's just like it's a real intense like sensation where like I want to do exactly that, like throw a shoulder into somebody or push them, and like you don't know why. Do you ever get that? It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
It'll turn into like, and then I'm like manifesting into me like throwing a pillow or something that I have nearby. And like the more
I'll do
mad
it.
I am, the harder like it is to like not grab something big that's going to then break something. It's like, no, just my hat. Just do your hat. Just do your hat. Although I've broken a
That's
TV throwing
it.
a
That
hat.
is very
and
funny
the
to
top
have to
part
be
hits the
cognizant
TV.
of it, where like you have like all these like the grenades and all and throwing knives, throwing stars, and then you pick like just like a teddy bear and then to have the wherewithal
Teddy
to
bear, then a
pick the
tennis ball.
correct item. That's growth. Very fun. That is
Right?
very funny though
It
to
shows
not
I'm
break it. Yeah.
trying.
There's the lost TV that's next to your big one that's all cracked and broken, and you don't throw it the one that works. You hit the already broken one. Pretty funny.
That is a good. Just leave. Like you need just like a rage room TV or a rage room, whatever it is that's broken, where you can just go hit the same thing that's already broken, so you don't break the new thing.
I don't have a lot of rage, but I bucket list is to go into one of those with a bat and just that. I mean that might be the greatest idea of all time is the rage rooms. That's so sick. Dude, how fun that would be just to break windows and throw shit, hit things with bats. I mean, I really want to do that. They gained steam and popularity for a while. It's like, all right, well, this is gonna save a couple of school shootings, but they just kind of went away because everybody wanted to solve a puzzle in an escape room with all the dorks.
We want to get out of this.
Oh no!
But storming the court back this week. Another comeback kid I had was Patrick Mahomes being in the AFC Championship game, because now Patrick Mahomes is in his 6th season as the starting quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, and he has now made it to his 6th consecutive AFC Championship. So as long as he's the starting quarterback for the Chiefs, they're going to pretty much go to the AFC Championship forever. That's an insane stat. Yeah, he's just gonna be playing in the NFL when we're dead. Like we're gonna all be dead, and he's gonna still be in the AFC Championship. Patrick Mahomes is really good at football.
Yeah, I love seeing the Chiefs Astros comparisons, which it's a pretty dead parallel, pretty dead on parallel.
Yeah, it is.
Same time frame, the same run, the same. No matter what happens, it's ALCS Astros.
I didn't really think about that, but yeah, that's true.
Two championships each. Pretty dead on.
Man, he better not get another one, because if he gets another one, then all summer
all year they sucked. I mean, they were just not that great. They didn't. I was like, oh, they don't have the juice. I was like, but yeah. I mean, and then he just turned it on. Okay, they were back for the Buffalo game. I mean, that was a hell of a game.
But if he wins it this year, they're gonna have is he better than Brady already at this point in his career debate?
He's not going to be all summer. He's not going to get out of Baltimore. But yeah, no, you're right, because he doesn't deserve to be in the Brady talks. God, and I like him. He's good.
He might be the 2nd best quarterback of all time right now.
The no look passes were pretty tight when he was.
That is sick.
And now everybody's doing them, but yeah, it is pretty bad though when he would do it and it would just sail 50 yards over his head or just be way off and be like, it's not a good look. But
when it works, it's really sick.
He's got the Swifties behind him and they're all dancing.
That's
I don't know, man. People are hating on her. I like Taylor, but I like seeing her up there as big of a star she is, seeing her like understand football, truly understand, clapping and cheering at the right times, truly getting pumped with Travis. I'm all for it. I think it's tight as hell.
We'll get to Taylor here in a second, but yeah. So Patrick Mahomes is back. Also back is DeMar Hamlin. He was back because he got the Make-A-Wish kid treatment. I know, like if you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a play where they ran a fake punt and they let DeMar Hamlin try and get the first down at the fake punt. It did not work. Apparently they thought the Chiefs had 12 men on the field. They were trying to just run a quick play, and that was supposed to be the check down. Like, okay, check down, do this. It didn't work because the Chiefs obviously made the sub, and then you're stuck with a play that you didn't want if that's the case. Then the conspiracy theory was like they really thought like they were going to do the like spring football game thing where you give the Make-A-Wish kid the ball, and then the whole team just falls down and lets him score.
Yeah,
and the Chiefs
blind kid that was playing.
the Chiefs were just like, yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen. So like that was weird. And then the Travis Kelce thing where he does the heart thing, which I mean, again, stolen valor because that's Jeremy Pena's It's Jeremy Pena's thing. He
I
invented
mean,
that.
that's Taylor's thing. I
Well,
thought
it's
it was
Jeremy's thing, and then Taylor stole it from Jeremy
But
Pena.
honestly, if we're gonna keep it 100, that's Bieber's thing. Bieber was doing this on the back in the Never Say Never tour. Yeah, I own the DVD. Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah.
That's
He
Jeremy
was
Pena.
always,
Jeremy
yeah, he
Pena
was
did
always.
that.
So yeah, that Bieber's been doing the hand hard. I'm pretty sure I think it really is his.
But the DeMar Hamlin thing was like also that was the thing that DeMar Hamlin did. And they're like, is he trying to take a shot at DeMar Hamlin? It's like, no, I don't think he's doing it. It's Taylor's thing. But DeMar Hamlin just like
that is very funny.
there's him, and you could tell like if you when you listen to the call, he's like, and it's a fake with Hamlin. Like you could tell like even then they're like, oh, they're doing this. Okay,
I didn't know he was
and,
on the active roster. To be honest with you,
well, he hasn't been for a lot of the games, but they did have some injuries in Buffalo. I'm not trying to hate on DeMar Hamlin at all.
No.
Like what he came back from is incredible. Baker Mayfield should realistically be the comeback player of the year over him instead. But what he came back from was he was literally dead on the field. But like Baker Mayfield played all of the games this year.
Yeah,
that's really what I'm saying. You know, feel good story of the year. DeMar Hamlin coming back. Comeback player of the year, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, those are two different things. I'm 100% with you. But I would like to add another wrinkle or another layer to the conspiracy. Travis Kelce, I don't know. He was on all of those Pfizer commercials, and people say that the vaccine had something to do with the heart problems. And I'm just throwing that conspiratorial. I'm just throwing that out there that maybe
he's making fun of DeMar's heart.
Yeah, he was because he's a vaccine guy. He's making fun of the heart, and then I think he spelled out Fauci with his. He did something.
You're right. He was trying to do the DK Metcalf standing on business with the sign language, but he was probably like standing on Fauci.
Yeah, Fauci
on business is maybe what he was.
Yeah, because after he did the heart, he did the injection, and then he did the tears pantomiming. So, so I had something to look into. I don't know.
Go back, rewatch that game. Zoom in you don't see what Pat's talking about. Tell us you don't see.
Yeah, and then he goose walked back to the sideline. So I don't know. So I'm just
interesting.
No, I like Travis Kelce. The Kelce's rule. So I don't know. But I can't tell you what the intentions were. So we'll see. Bad play call though.
Kelce's. Yeah, that was weird, and it was just like, oh, there's the DeMar Hamlin usage today. Cool. Bold move though to be like, maybe they'll just do the Make-A-Wish kid and they'll feel bad.
Yeah, it's like when they play.
You have to think about that if you're going to hit him. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up, but you have to think about it if you're going to hit him.
cut you off. I was stopping myself. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because you're like, if I hit DeMar Hamlin and he dies, like, oh no.
That's okay. Never mind. I take back the bad play call. If you are thinking on that level, they're like, well, no, they can't. They're going to think twice, and they won't get. Maybe they obviously weren't. They definitely weren't. But it is like it's like in Necessary Roughness when they put in Patrick or put in what's his name Jason Bateman. But you put in any football movie when they put in the bad player that sucks to win the game.
The trick play or the little Giants.
Yeah, annexation of Puerto Rico. Great play. Well, the Texans tried to run that, and it did not work.
Did not go great. Turns out, like the flying V in hockey, it's very different in movies. Well, Iceland showed that the flying V is kind of shit.
Yeah, because they were a bunch of pretenders.
What if we just hit everybody?
Yeah, I was Team Iceland, and I was a big fan of the Hawks, but we can do Mighty Ducks another time. But yeah, that's I'm Gordon Bombay, a scumbag. I respect to Charlie, but no, I was the Hawks. They had their all the attitude, and they didn't. Yeah, I was rooting for them. They didn't. They
stole Adam Banks.
Adam Banks just wanted to play with his friends, and they made him go play with a bunch of weirdos. Like I thought that was pretty rude to do to a kid. But and then I just liked the coach, and he was just like, yeah, they ruled. So shout out to the Hawks.
Our next last comeback kid is we were just talking about the Kelce brothers because they did kind of steal the show. They stole the show from Taylor Swift. It was the Jason Kelce show. He tried to steal a spotlight from his brother. I thought it was a little look at me, like my bro's playing. Maybe I should be supporting him. But then I realized, I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting where it's like the Caitlin Clark is all of us. After you look at it long enough, and then I realized Jason Kelce's just super stoked he doesn't have to play for the Eagles or that fuckface Nick Sirianni ever again. So he's like, "Fuck, I lost! Oh, this is awesome! I'm not in Philadelphia. Fuck yeah! I don't ever have to do that shit again. Hell yeah, this is awesome!" And like he can just hang out and watch. Like he can hang out with pop stars and Patrick Mahomes' wife and TikTok stars like his brother, and then just watch his bro do cool shit. His brother scored 2 touchdowns. It was their show.
You didn't like it because I thought it was one of the most endearing things to see a sibling and somebody like get pumped for their brother so much. And he was also I was watching video clips of him doing beer bonging with the Bills Mafia outside. He was just hammered. So that's, you got to factor in that too. He was hammered because he was definitely out there early. I watched multiple videos of him chugging beers without on tailgates. So there's no doubt that he was on one. But like, just to see a brother pump for his brother, and like and he's also a pro as well. I thought that was cool as hell.
Well, I'm just biased. I'm very biased. Where it was like, hey, look how cool it was when he did that championship parade in this king outfit. I was like, fuck you. The Eagles are one of my least favorite teams.
Oh,
I hate the Eagles.
I know
so like anything he does is stupid.
He's the man. Yeah,
fuck him. Fuck him.
But yeah, no, I understand now.
It's like when Tony Romo was no longer on the Cowboys and he's in the booth, and I'm like, I'm watching every game like, fuck you, Tony. Fuck you.
He's getting to be a little bit too much. We can get on Tony Romo too. He's become a caricature of a broadcaster. And when he would first start, I was like, oh, he's the best to ever do it. He's breaking down plays. Now he's like saying cliches that really would be. He's like, that's another hen that's another mother in the cupboard, and like just like saying all sorts. He's getting hard to listen to, in my opinion.
Settle down. Just take a chill pill, Tony. Him and Gus Johnson in a booth together would be nuts. They would just be screaming nonstop. Like, what is
I like
both
Gus,
of you guys? I like them both, but they could never be in the same booth together. Can't put them together. Can't put them together.
You're right. You put Tony Romo with like Brent Musburger, where he's just worried about whatever the line is. He's the best. If he's mean, if he's losing money on something, or he gets pumped, if he bet on it,
within like the first 15 minutes, always you'd be like, he's got an over. I was like, well, I don't know.
The line is the over. The second half is 47.5, and he's always breaking down. Like, you could just, I always thought that was very funny. But
I mean, so he's got 23 points to split between the two of them with 4 minutes left. Like, that's easily doable. You're like,
But as for the Kelce's, I'm fully on board. Every time I haven't really watched or listened to any of the podcasts and full episodes, but I will watch a clip anytime. And both of them are as
just listen to this podcast
and as cool as they get, which is pretty shocked, because I've been the ex-athlete or current athlete podcast is oversaturated right now. And
besides Shannon Sharp,
I was gonna be like, well, come on, that's Uncle Shay. Yeah, Uncle Shay has got the man. But yeah, I thought it would suck, two football players, and but they're like, it's endearing, and it's I like the Kelce's. They both won me over. So
he's likable more that he's not playing for the Eagles. And I think maybe I can start to build on that. But like, if he goes back there, fuck him. Yeah, I mean, that's just a city and a place that's going to suck any kind of happiness out of you. It was a joy to see, them be coached poorly on both sides of the ball, and then have Jalen Hurts all of a sudden become just a head case. He forgot how to play football, and so to see them melt down the way they did was great, and it overshadowed the meltdown that the Miami Dolphins did. Who I love Mike McDaniel, and I love the Miami Dolphins, but they choked away a good season as well. But so the Eagles were worse. So I'm glad. I'm kind of with you on that. But yeah, Kelce brothers back. Yeah, and then our final comeback kid this week, per Patrick McLellan's request, is mock drafts. We typically do the mock drafts after football season when we're just looking at mock drafts. But actually today I did see Mel Kiper put like mock draft 1.1 out, where he's now sort of changed it. So it's just like whatever. But I was like, okay,
it's cool. Coming into April. April's the draft. So that's not close enough.
That plays. Yeah. So Pat was just like, well, didn't we do one last time? I was like, you did do the Halloween one, and we think we did like a mock draft of spooky characters for a special one-off one. But yeah, so we'll just we're going to do a mock draft. I was like, let's figure out what we're going to do. We're going to do a mock draft of hated people in sports, not just athletes. It could be owners. It could be coaches, anything like that. We're not doing broadcasters, correct? Broadcasters, not. That could be its own.
They count anybody in sports. Yeah, anybody.
Okay, I did not include broadcasters in mine, but I could have. Now,
you could have.
Could have. So Pat, you are the guest today. Okay. And since you filled in so quickly, why don't you go first? Robert, would you like to go second or third? If you go second, you just get sandwiched in there and get to pick first earlier, or you can have the back-to-back picks.
I'll go second.
I'm gonna go second. I'll go third then. Cool.
Solid.
All right. So mock draft of most hated people in sports. Pat, what you got first?
All right, I'm gonna go back to the mid to late '90s with just an all-time racist and bigot. I'm gonna go with take John Rocker, first pick overall.
Ooh, John Rocker, good.
His some of his quotes they're so outlandish and crazy that it's almost so ignorant that you can't be mad at him. But I mean, he was wilding out, and then he was
Didn't he say,
also
like-
on steroids, and he would run full speed to pitch, and he said talked about New York, and he said that you can't even walk without hearing. Then he reeled off all the Asian countries, Russians, Spanish. He said hearing some other language, can't hear any English. He's like, how did they even get into this country? So he said that. And then he was talking about how that he couldn't play in New York because of the subway, and he didn't want to be sitting next to somebody who got out of prison who's sitting next to, and this is what he said, quote, some queer with AIDS. So and then you can look that up.
That's a pretty hateable guy.
Being funny, but those are like, this is like in an interview. So yeah, he's an all-time racist and just a terrible guy, and well, fun. So
I lived in Atlanta.
I would never
during that
disparage
run.
the queers with AIDS. I mean, what a terrible thing to say. What a nasty thing.
He could pitch like a motherfucker though for about a 3-year period. He was insane at pitching.
There was an SNL skit they did, or it might have been Weekend Update or something. But Will Ferrell played Rocker, and he was just like screaming and being fired up, and kind of doing that Ricky Bobby woo. And he was just, and I can't find it anywhere, but it's like it's hilarious. But so shout out to that. But yeah, so yeah, big racist. And you'll know how good my pick is if you take the time, which nobody will. But if you look up his quotes and all the stuff, crazy stuff he said, he's definitely went QAnon. He definitely was at the Capitol.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, he's probably a flat earther by now, and he's there's no telling. But he definitely hasn't gotten better. So I'm sure it's fun to see whatever he's doing. He's a doomsday prepper. It's something very drastic. But yeah, fun time.
Pretty much watch like Eastbound and Down on HBO, and then just be like, it's like that, but just if he was only racist and not as funny.
That character is based on John Rocker. Did you know that?
I figured that he was definitely pulled from that, but like that, I lived in Atlanta during that time.
100%. A lot was based on that kind of archetype, that just cocky kind of Southern racist. Absolutely was based on John Rocker. So that's funny that you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. But like, he was always like the soundbite on the news at night, like where they're like, the Astros swing for the ring here in Houston. They're like, and John Rocker said this. What? Why would he say that? It wasn't even about baseball. I was a kid then. I didn't realize that was why
bringing racism into sound bites. Yeah, like, so what do you think about the Braves' chances this year? Well, I'll say this: how'd they get into this country? It's like, whoa, we gotta seal up the southern border. It's like, oh, John Rocker, come on, we're talking about the NLCS, please. Terrible.
John Rocker 1-1. Robert, who you got? Mock draft of hated people in sports.
I think this one is very polarizing. People love him or people hate him. I'm going to go LeBron James.
Yeah.
LeBron James is
most hated on social media by far.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck LeBron.
He's good. That's the thing, is that's the reaction. But he's also like,
he's not MJ.
A pretty good dude. He's not a psychopath like Jordan or Kobe. He's nice to everyone. He's fun, can laugh. He's never been in any trouble. He kind of is great as being a GOAT. Like I don't know. I gotta give him credit. Other than the Miami, that taking my talents to Miami, that's his only hiccup. But no crime or anything. Good overall. He's not a jerk. He's a likable guy. I don't know. He said some sound bites that I didn't really agree with, but he's not. I could see. Yeah, he's just one of those when you hate the guy that's good that comes in and beats you every time. I mean, that's all he is.
All right. I got two here, and I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. I want to go Donald J. Trump. Number one, he was the former owner of the New Jersey Generals in the USFL. Maybe he's not hated. He was hated then a lot for his involvement in sports, but I think he might be hated for some other things. So I'm gonna go Donald Trump. One.
He's a big fight guy.
Yeah, he is a big fight guy. He's a big fight guy. And
is that the only thing he knows anything about? Have you seen? He went on that UFC podcast and actually genuinely talked MMA, which
he can break it down.
Impressive. So yeah, that alone, I've got to say, Trump 2024.
We don't get political on the podcast.
Don't put me. I'm talking about that's the year and he's running, and that's just.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I don't vote. Voting's for suckers. I would never vote.
And then just to like kind of like sandwich it between them, I think these two would go nicely together on a graphic. I'm gonna go Megan Rapinoe. Polarizing.
that was gonna be one of mine. That's a good one. Jeez.
Polarizing. So we have
Loads
Trump
of-
and then Rapinoe on the same
Yeah,
list,
dude, that's
same
a
team. I get
tough
people mad
one,
on
too.
both sides.
That's a tough one.
You either
too.
love
Yeah,
her or you
there's a-
hate her. She's for the country, but
hate
also
her.
maybe against the country.
We hate her.
Right. But like Megan Rapinoe, I'm gonna go her as my next one. So Trump and Rapinoe off the board.
Ooh, that's a tough one and two. I got damn, dude.
All
All
right.
right, Robert, back to you.
My number 2, I'm gonna go with the broadcaster. I'm gonna go with Joe Buck. I like Joe Buck, but a lot of people
Right.
I do too.
are very
I-
negative on
I-
him.
Yeah, but you know, the thing about Joe Buck is that people like every fan base hates him, and it's because everybody's used to. Here's my theory is that everybody watches their team on local broadcasts. So you love your broadcast guys, and you get on a national broadcast. He's just not even against your team. He's just not for your team. So it feels like he's hating a little bit more. I have zero problems with him. I don't think. But because every fan base says the same thing, and he doesn't hate every team like specifically.
He
Everybody
just
thinks
doesn't
that
suck
they're
you
the team.
off.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they are the team that he hates specifically. So I think it's just that. But yeah, he is definitely hated. Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
You got
I'm
two
gonna-
here.
I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna keep. That's tough. I'm gonna keep it in baseball, and I'm gonna go with Angel Hernandez.
That's
Just an
good.
absolute moron. And I think everybody hates him equally as well. Like he's definitely cost games for every team in the league. So and he continues to just be as bad as humanly possible. So yeah, we'll go with Angel Hernandez. And that's I didn't know I forgot about it. It was a snake draft. It was a Snake City draft.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna beat Trump and Rapinoe anyway. I'm gonna go with this is a lesser known. I'm gonna go with Richie Incognito.
Ooh.
Kind of a deep cut. Yeah, but he was just a guy all about mayhem, and he was just a terrible guy at all times, and chaos. He's another guy. You have to know all the stories, but if you know
The
the
bully.
stories,
Look him up.
yeah, like he would go and like, one of the players on the in college got on. I think he go to Nebraska. I think he went to Nebraska, and somebody got in a fight with frat guys, and Richie found out about it and like went. Just with that guy by himself to the frat house, kicked the door in and beat up like the entire fraternity. Like just went absolute Tasmanian devil. Just like ran in there,
pretty
which
sick.
is the scariest possible thing to be
But
a Jack Richie Incognito. Like, so yeah, he was hazing people in the NFL up until he's just a bad guy. So I don't have to defend him. He's terrible.
Solid. That's a solid deep cut for you.
Yeah,
for
great
sure.
name though. Great name though. I mean, that's up there with Ron Mexico. But it's
And it's like his actual name.
Yeah.
All right, Robert, back to you.
My number 3, I'm going Roger Goodell.
Nice.
Seems like
Roger
every
Goodell is
commissioner in
good. I would've
sports is
taken him.
hated, but there's something about
No,
Roger
I think he
Goodell.
deserves it. They all are. Is there any? I think. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. They all are hated, but I'm trying to think. There's not anyone's doing anything good. Adam Silver's not that bad. I don't think.
Well, he kind of just like says like, "Oh, okay, guys." Like he
But
just
he
kind of
also
like
looks like a vampire. He looks like Nosferatu.
Yeah.
There's also that.
don't
I
trust
can't
him.
trust him. He definitely
Don't
sleeps
trust
upside down. So that's a good one. Goodell sucks.
Yeah, Goodell does suck. All right, well, I'm gonna go Rob Manfred in mine because Manfred is a bitch.
He's
I
a
would have said
bitch.
Roger Goodell if you had not taken Roger Goodell there. And
No,
then
Manfred sucks for sure.
Manfred's bad, and then I'm gonna sandwich it with my last pick. Okay, I've got athlete. I think I've got him. I don't have a coach. I'm not gonna go coach anyways. I'm just gonna go with. I'm gonna go Deshaun. I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson. Deshaun
That's a
Watson,
good- yeah.
the raper.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, he sucks too. Yeah, that's a good. That's a
That's
really
a
good
more
one.
recent one, and I think that plays.
For sure.
So back to you, Robert.
This one, I feel like I'm taking a little risk because I don't know much about him, but I feel like whenever I hear about him, it's always negative. I'm going to go Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a very good one. I'm not going to do the impression just to because we've made it this far, but yeah, he's pretty good. So that being said, my last pick is Colin Kaepernick. You better stand up. No, just kidding.
That would be
I
an
love-
absolutely electric graphic, though. like Trump, Rapinoe, Kaepernick on it.
Colin Kaepernick, yeah, he just can't play quarterback. That's the only reason. But he also better stand up. Stand up.
Just stand up. Jeez.
Jesus. So
Show some
Colin
respect.
Kaepernick, and then on the same vein, officially, I was going to go with Skip Bayless because what a jerk off that guy is.
So you want Skip?
No, Colin Kaepernick. I'm going to go officially Colin Kaepernick. But just let people know that it's not. I'm not saying that because I am racist. I know. I understand what
You
I'm
would
saying.
have said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We did
let's refresh our list, recap our list, and then we get into
terrible.
honorable mentions because honorable mentions are fun. Patrick has John Rocker, Angel Hernandez, Richie Incognito, and Colin Kaepernick. Robert has LeBron James, Joe Buck, Roger Goodell, and Stephen A. Smith. I have Donald Trump, Megan Rapinoe, Rob Manfred, and Deshaun Watson. I'm going to put this up.
Yeah, yours is great.
I'm going to put this up on Friday. I'll put a little poll over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. You don't even need to do that. You got
one.
this. You definitely won this.
I don't know. Robert, on the surface, Robert's list is pretty strong. LeBron,
Those are
Joe
all
Buck,
like, if you
Roger
read,
Goodell,
if you,
Stephen A.
if you Google like most hated lists, I would imagine that all of those are probably in the top 5 of a lot of just about all of them. So that's pretty. Yeah, his is pretty good. Mine are deep cuts, but mine's a little bit more indie, and a little more racist. But it's yours is fantastic. Getting Donald J in there is going to be hard to beat. Floyd Mayweather is the one I should have gone with, but that's either here or there. All right.
Yeah, I should have figured out a way to put like a Russian athlete in there too.
Yeah, Ivan Drago's mom.
Just Ivan Drago.
Yeah, but he was just mad at
his
mom.
Like him.
His mom was a slut.
We were mad at him because he was fighting Rocky.
True.
Even though Rocky,
he's beating up our mentally handicapped guys. He's coming to our country or his country and fighting our mentally handicapped Rocky, and it's tough.
He wasn't mentally handicapped. He was from Philadelphia. Relax.
I don't know, Rocky. I didn't hear no bell. I don't know, man. You're Adrian. He might have been. My argument is he might have been a little challenged, but Adam Sandler could play him in a movie. Is all I'm saying.
That's he's probably writing one right now. Or already has it. He's just pitching it to people.
He was so convincing as that character that I was like shocked to learn that he wrote it. that Sylvester Stallone wrote it because I just thought I was like, no, that guy's a moron. Anyway.
What did you guys have as some honorable mentions? I had like Aaron Rodgers, Michael Vick, Lance Armstrong were obvious ones.
Yeah.
That you could have gone with. Lance Armstrong's hard though, because like you still like people are mad at him, but like he still raised a fuckload of money for cancer research. So it's like
those bracelets, dude. Like that was like high fashion. If you want to rock and live strong, then you're a bit. That's why everybody's mad because he made it.
We lose him.
It looks like we lost him.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll wait for him to connect. I'm glad that wasn't on my end at least, because then that would have fucked up the whole recording. But did you have any other ones, Robert?
Yeah, I think I had some good ones. I had Kevin Durant on my list, Bryce Harper. I was gonna go with John Smoltz. I don't like John Smoltz, but I think Joe Buck is more hated.
Joe Buck is definitely more hated, and more people absolutely are gonna agree with you on that. I wrote out Tuve. Just because, like, outside of Houston, like, fuck Altuve chants are everywhere. Not that it's justified or anything, but, like, he was an easy one. Jake Paul, I think people have kind of, like, stopped hating on him as much, but, like, there was a lot of Jake Paul hate.
Yeah, Logan Paul, too. That definitely. I think it's Logan that's in, like, the WWE.
And then Jake was the one that was winning those fights, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, Drake's house must have lost power or internet real fast. So I just sent him another invite. We're gonna hopefully he'll come back to the pod beforehand. But appreciate Pat McLellan coming on. While we're waiting on this before we move on. That was the mock draft of people people hated in sports. There we go. Is this him joining right now? There we go. Asked. All right. I'm going to read an ad real fast while we get Pat to join us. It's brought to you by Southern Star Brewing Company. We're going to get into the not cool segment next, where you can rant to us and tell us your not cools. Maybe your internet lost connection. Maybe Drake's internet is not strong enough up there in Toronto and it loses connection. That's not cool. But if you have a not cool, you can hit us up on Twitter at PassAwayPod. Use the hashtag PTG not cool, and that's how we'll search for them. If you stub your toe, that's a not cool. If you get run over by a train, also a not cool. It's just varying degrees. But this This is our little event session we get to do on the podcast. At Past Gravy Pod, use the hashtag PTG Not Cool. The Not Cool Cider is brought to you by Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer on the planet, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy. Mark your calendars for Saturday, March 16th. It's their 16th anniversary party. They have Lunera and Lucid Illusions playing up there. We're going to be up there. I don't know if we're doing a live pod yet, because like we did for the Darling Like a Marlin release, we didn't do a podcast last year. We just hung out, and I thought that was a lot of fun. We might just do that again, because it's cool to just hang out with you guys and not have to worry about putting a show on. And then, you know, like for the Christmas stuff, like I had to bounce right after that. So it was just show, hey, thanks for coming out, guys. I would rather hang out with you guys. So let's go up to Southern Star March 16th, hang out there. But every time you go up to Southern Star Brewing Company, 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe, go up there, let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang. We got a flag hanging by where you get your tokens. They'll hook you up. Tell Keith we said what's up. He's like, oh, you're part of the Gravy Gang, your family to us. Ben will give you the best tour of the brewery ever. The tap room is awesome. They're expanding the brewery too. They're gonna have a downstairs tap room and a private event area as well. Like, they're on acres of property. They have a whole fucking frisbee golf course out at the brewery. If you like outside activities, they got stuff for that. If you like indoor activities, they got stuff for that. You want to bring the kids, you can bring the kids. They got plenty of stuff for them too. And they got the best beer on the planet. They always also have the best food trucks out there too each weekend. Southern Star Brewing Company, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy. Give them a follow and let them know you're supporting the people that they support on the podcast. Give them tweet them a picture if you're drinking a Southern Star at any point in time. Tag us at Past Gravy Pod. Tag them at Southern Star Brewing Co. at Southern Star BC on Twitter and Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. Southern Star Brewing Company, the official beer sponsor of the Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
All right, we're gonna read some listener submitted not cools. If if you're not watching this on YouTube, don't forget to go subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1 billion followers, guys. What are you doing? We're trying to monetize that. Trying to get rich on these ads, guys. Go subscribe. It helps us get monetized, guys. It really helps us out. I mean, we don't ask you to pay us.
Smash that like button. Yeah, smash that like button. Click that subscribe button.
It's like giving us free money that you don't have to do anything for. YouTube will do it. Like, if people are like, oh, well, why don't you have a Patreon, Alex? You could have a Patreon. Because I don't want to do stuff that's behind a paywall for you guys. Just go subscribe to our YouTube stuff. Every time you look at a video, just like the videos. Give us that algorithm. Help us out, guys. We appreciate it.
It actually does help out a lot. It really does.
It does.
So, yeah,
it's the little things. It's the little things. It's little things like that. But if you're listening to us, go hit play on the YouTube video for like 10 seconds, and then just when you go to bed, pull the YouTube up and just mute it, and then just let it play all night, or listen to it all night. Just give it more the extra clicks.
There's a loop setting. The loop setting would be great. Yeah,
perfect. And if you're watching, go hit play on the podcast. Hit play on the audio version as well. Give us the 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you listen to podcasts.
Get a farm of cell phones like they have in Russia for the bots, but also you're going to want to play in that on Spotify. And
occasionally people do that at the Apple Store. They'll be like, look, they all subscribe to Pass the Gravy. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Just have a whole system in place to get as much views and listens as possible. So that should help out.
With your help, we can be the Kelsey brothers in the rankings, maybe. Let's start with some listener and viewer submitted not cool. This is from David Ruiz at David_Ruiz90 on Twitter. David says, "Is not cool. Is coming to work with a stomach bug and having to run to the restroom every 15 minutes. The trip was so long that I didn't make it in one of those runs."
Jesus.
Yeah, I believe he works at
school
with
too. Stomach bug. You're allowed to. That's the one you are. You're not. Yeah, if you have any kind of diarrhea, you're actually legally not supposed to go into work because it's that contagious. But yeah, don't go in with a stomach bug. That's the one thing you're not supposed to.
Sometimes you don't realize though, like you're gonna have the diarrhea day until like you've already gotten there. You're like, uh-oh.
The second time I'm going, I'm out. Yeah, I'm just not. I understand. It's not. It doesn't go that way. But yeah, I'm just not playing around with that. That sucks, man. Especially So my
get
thoughts
into that.
Prayers.
Yeah, the situation type spot like that, never an ideal spot to be in, no matter what's going. There's never an ideal time for I might shit my pants a little bit. There's never an ideal time unless you're at your house.
Even then, yeah,
it's still not ideal.
We've all been there. We've all been there. Like, man, I really was close, and this is just one of those things where, food poisoning or something where there's no warning. It's Pearl Harbor. It's Pearl Harbor instantly. It's a blitzkrieg.
But yeah, T's and P's, buddy. T's and P's, David. Maybe
not toilet paper. Thoughts and prayers, not toilet paper.
Yeah, that's what we're a big T's and P's podcast. It sounds because people say thoughts and prayers mean nothing but T's and P's.
T's and P's.
You can't term us for that.
Mind your P's and Q's. Take the T's and P's. Yeah, I like that.
Mind the P's and Q's while you take these P's and Q's.
Look, yeah.
Jordan Welch weighs in with our next not cool. He's at J_Welch2795 on Twitter. And Jordan says, my neighbor's new dog is barking nonstop. And I mean nonstop, even at 6 a.m. when I start my days. It's getting to the point where I'm going to file a noise complaint.
Well, clearly the answer is to put in a little bit of rat poison into some treats.
No. Bleep that part. Bleep that part out.
Okay, yeah, don't kill it. Don't kill any pets. But
Don't kill that part.
Okay, what if we just we'll meet in the middle? Some Benadryl, something that's just to make it a little like
Benadryl.
Yeah, or like some just something that just kind of some Xanax, some dog Xanax. No, that's the worst possible thing because and it's always the people that they're just the dog's allowed to run, be able to cause hell and run free and bark. That's I don't envy that. That's awful. I don't know.
It does suck too with like a new dog because it's like that dog's just getting used to that. Like you kind of got to get him in a rhythm at first. So, like that's going to be a brutal, beginning a lot of times.
Is it an apartment situation or is it a yard situation? I guess it's apartment. It has to be, huh?
That's very different because if it's yard, then you like put your dog inside.
Well, yeah, but that's there's been a lot of those barking dogs, but but if it's like some bad pups that are yapping and they're being trained or people go to work and it has separation anxiety and just literally just screams and barks the entire day. Like that's, I don't know. That's tough, but that you are in the right. I mean, man, anything that messes with your peace like that you don't have control over is the most maddening possible thing. That sucks. T's and P's to you as well.
T's and P's, but like also like,
and poison that dog. I'm just saying.
Don't poison dog. Don't poison dog.
Okay. All right.
But like, also like, don't be a narc, like don't be a narc. Go do what I did before I got kicked off next door and just go leave like an angry next door rant about it. And that'll make you feel better. And then then maybe be like, hey, can I at least pet the dog if it's going to keep me up? Like, can I at least pet the dog? Can I meet this dog?
Yeah. What kind of dog is it? I didn't know what kind of dog it is. That's a good point. But yeah, that's a good point.
It's probably a puppy, and then you get to meet a puppy, and that's awesome. And then you might have tight neighbors, and then boom, maybe it's a hot neighbor, and she's single, and she's like, "You wanna help me train this dog?"
Yeah, it's a meat cute now.
So try that, and then if that doesn't go well, then maybe complain.
I think I have solved it though. Has there ever been a more apt time for call the puppy patrol, the Paw Patrol?
Paw Patrol.
You get the Paw Patrol in there.
Chase will figure it out. I think Chase.
Get the Paw Patrol. I figure that's what they do. So that's got to be, they can help you out.
Yeah, they'll know exactly what to do. One of them's a firefighter, one of them's a policeman, the other one is another thing, and the other one's like
it's like an espionage, like a spy dog or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're like the captain. Yeah, they're like Captain Planet
together. They're like the dog village people.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, I don't know. So McGruff, the crime dog, that might be another way to go. So I don't know.
Solid, not cool, Jordan. Solid, not cool. Next one is from Mikey Paul at It's Just Mikey P on Twitter. He says his not cool is peeling 4 dozen eggs for potato salad for a party. Peeling eggs doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah, I'll take it one further. Eating egg salad, potato salad, or anything, that sounds terrible. I don't like it, but that's my personal thing, so my bad on that.
Right.
But yeah, that sucks.
At least it wasn't deviled eggs they was making.
Yeah, that's the devil's favorite kind of eggs.
Those are his. Oh yeah, keep those away. Keep those away.
Every time I ask that, nobody ever gets it. I'm just like, dude, what do you think the devil's favorite eggs are? He likes some devils. It's just a pretty good, solid joke, man. I don't know.
This falls flat.
But those are bad. Dude. That's a bad egg. Snacking on eggs is not cool. I'm gonna just add a not cool on top of that. Eggs are not great.
Because you're about to fart up a whole room after that. Like that's.
Yeah, cooking them, like smells are terrible. They're just bad. It's just weird to just be eating an egg. I mean, I don't mind it in stuff, like egg in the fried rice, beautiful, loving it. I mean, egg rules. But that just like chomping on a hard-boiled egg, it could be my least.
Hard-boiled eggs are gross.
Least favorite thing, just for all aspects of it. But yeah, having to do any kind of work for a dish sucks.
When you see somebody that's like, I love eating deviled eggs for Thanksgiving. Like, I can't wait to go ham on these deviled eggs. I'm like, you're just telling me. Yeah, you're just telling me you have no problem just farting up the room during that fucking Cowboys game later on when we're all trying to just get our post-Thanksgiving dinner naps. You're just gonna be ripping ass the whole second half of that Cowboys game where we're just
Yeah,
trying
and then
to
they're like,
forget.
"Oh, those devil heads got to me." It's like, yeah, we knew they were going to get to you.
You had
it's like
100.
they act like they're the victim. It's like, yeah, we know. That's what.
This happens every year.
And it's always one person. Like somebody brings a whole platter and they eat the whole platter. Every single time, it's always one kind of guy. And they just munch on these things.
Fucking Uncle Jake. Just don't do that shit,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, T's and P's, Mikey. T's and P's.
T's and
The
Ps.
next one is from Brandon Davis, also known as Texas Cat Dad. He's at a stream of cream on Twitter. And he says, his not cool is my cat's nail has grown into its paw pad. I tried to remove it, but nope, that sucker is in there. I've got an appointment set tomorrow. So he had attached a picture. Robert, if you'll put that picture up on the brand new YouTube version that you can check out. I like just calling it brand new because it's newer. But yeah, it looks like it like grew into the pad. That sucks.
Can the Paw Patrol help with this?
They're dogs though. The cat version of Paw Patrol.
right. They're diametrically opposed to cats. So yeah, never mind. But I just thought I thought maybe there was something we could do there.
That could end in
right.
disaster. It could end in disaster.
Yeah, they'll be.
Is Paw Patrol not inclusive?
I thought they couldn't. Why? Yeah, I mean, why didn't they have a bunch of come together and have all different kinds of paws? That would be better.
Like a trans paw.
And get some trans dogs dressed like cats, maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe a cat dog situation.
Yeah, a little cat dog, that's just a fox. But we don't want to get too technical.
What about the cartoon cat dog? That was maybe way ahead of his time for like trans rights.
100%. Yeah, so that's what something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to write a very, very mean letter into Paw Patrol not being. They're just that's very. Yeah, that's very disconcerting that it's only one kind of species. That's not good. So
I will not let my daughter watch Paw Patrol until they are more inclusive. All right. That's as a future parent, that's me.
That's funny.
Coming
out
right now.
That's where that is like where we're going. Like that's like it could be a real thing happening, and it would be like, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that's funny.
And by me not letting my daughter do that, I'm saying like then if she gets older and that's the only way to get her to like do stuff, I'll be like, yeah, okay, you can watch Paw Patrol.
That's what's funny is that the compromises come very quickly. Yeah, where it's just like, all right, yeah, if Hitler makes you sleep and the colic is you're crying and yeah, if you want to listen to Hitler speeches, okay, yeah, I mean,
there was just one chapter of Mein Kampf. It was fine. It was like she didn't get radicalized.
That's really where it gets to when you're not sleeping and you won't sleep. Like literally anything. It's like okay, it's that's all. That is nothing's off the table. It's very funny.
She loves the hand gestures. I don't know what to do. All right,
but
I tried magicians.
But yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, he was very, very, very charismatic and
visually great speeches.
No, but the nail. Let's get back to the cat. Yeah, nail into the paw. That sucks, and that's poor kitty.
Anything where you gotta take your animal to the vet, where like you can't like there should just be like how have we not invented? We've made fentanyl, but how have we not figured out a way to be like cat? What's up? Like let me speak this into English, translate it to cat. Like we can speak Spanish with people that don't speak English. We can, we can do all that. DoorDash translates my text with the Spanish speakers.
Don't you love that? I do love that.
It is a game changer.
Translate. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that rules.
It's a game changer. But like, do that with the cat. Like, my dog has pancreatitis, so sometimes like she gets weird with her stomach, and I'm always like, just, are you cool? Like, just, I wish there was like a way to just like translate that to your pet for just like emergency needs like that. We're like, look, dog, we go to the vet. We're gonna get the paw fixed. Stop fucking with it. Like, just be able to tell your cat that, like, there's help coming, but, like, right now, you're just going to have to bleed it out a little bit.
Yeah, the vet is, for your animal freaking out. But there is one funny thing about going to the vet is that, people, and after making the poison the dog joke, this is going to make me look a little bit worse. But it is funny when with the pet names, like, then hearing bad news, like, that Bobo has cancer. I don't say pancreas. Sorry, I was gonna go off that. Yeah, has liver cancer, and it's just some kind of like the name is just so silly. And to hear that, that's funny to me personally. But I'm just saying.
I was like the dog grooming place I go by always has the name of the clients that day.
Like Mr.
Cinnamon and raisins.
Mr. Giggles gonna have the foot removed. It's just like it's funny. I don't know.
I'm gonna put it for Mr. Giggles.
Yeah, but it's always like it's like something. Oh yeah, dude, Dr. Squittlesworth, somebody who gets too cute with their naming their cat, but then it just has some sort of rare toxin or something. But it's not the animals being hurt or dying.
It's the names,
funny. It's the name.
Dog names.
Yeah, so please, and these are hypothetical.
Names. All hypothetical.
Yeah. Muffin's got some sort of osteoporosis. So anyway.
All right, last one from you guys and gals is from Josh Tree Coddle at Joshua Tree 713 on Twitter, and he says his not cool is that his shower head cracked this morning and started spraying all over the place while he was in the shower. Not ideal. Not ideal. And then you got to clean up after you get out of the shower. That sucks.
Yeah, that just sucks. That's just one of those ones where you're like, oh, this is not my day. This is you got me.
It can only get better from here, hopefully. Yeah, T's
you
and P's,
probably
bud.
won't. Usually that's a day that you should just call in and just being like, call it right then and be like, this is not my day. I'm just gonna minimize the damage because if something else will go wrong. Yeah, but that sucks. That anything to the very start where you have to go immediately into emergency or some sort of inconvenience is absolutely brutal for your energy. Yeah, so big piece of tea.
I'll go first out of the three of us. I don't know if you had one already, Pat, but if you want to sort of think about why I do mine. But mine is pretty simple. It was the other day I was taking my dog out before work, and I typically have dog walking shoes that I'll take out because you sometimes step in dog shit occasionally. And this morning I was running a little late, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just have the phone light out. I'll be fine. I won't step in dog shit. And I put the dog out. It was fine. And then I was getting ready to leave, and I was like, what's that? I fucking stepped in dog shit. And so I just bailed on those shoes at that point. I was like, we're gonna clean these later, and then just had to switch shoes. But like when you realize you stepped in dog shit, like, and then you have to, like, if you I usually throw the shoes out. I really like these shoes. So then I was like, how am I going to clean this? And there's not like a right way to clean dog shit off
It's impossible to get off. It's one of the worst possible curses that you can have, especially if it's fresh like that. Oh my God.
So I went and I bought I bought plastic forks. I bought a to-go toothbrush thing, and then I just got a bunch of dish soap, and then would just kind of scrub the shit off of it, and then get in the little grooves with the forks. And then I thought seems like it's good as new now. But like that's never a fun thing. And then like you're just activating the shit smell even more when you're trying to clean it. So stepping in shit it's never a fun process no matter what. And then just the whole process that goes with it is like, fuck, now I have a chore when I come home. I have to clean shit off of a shoe. And then it's like, okay, now I have to clean shit off of a shoe and not throw up. And then I have to dispose of it. It's just all of that shit. Not fun.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah, that is not cool. That's brutal.
I'll go next.
Robert, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Mine is having to think about taxes again. I haven't had to think about taxes since
it's an Olympic year.
Yeah, exactly. It's Olympic year, so I haven't had to think about taxes for several years. And just getting all of that situated, getting all that paperwork, trying to maybe do it myself, save a little money.
It adds up.
Rather than taking
4
it
years
to a place.
adds up fast.
Mm-hmm. Just annoying. Just know, like, finances is always not fun. And so having to gather, 4 years of finances is it's a pretty big hassle.
Well, at least you learned how to do all of this in school and not how to use a graphing calculator.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been crazy if that's what you learned instead. That would have been nuts.
Yeah, that would have been pretty useful.
Like, how do we not have to where they just send you a fucking receipt? I don't understand. Like, this is what you owe. It should be a bill. I know that's a meme already.
We know you can take it. Yeah, we know you can or just take it from us and just have us know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I think that's the only fair. If you're going to tax us and put the money wherever you want, you got to do the legwork to figure out what it is, not make us do the thing to then have to pay. Like, I think that is. I mean, obviously, I don't pay them, and I'm never going to, and the IRS can suck my dick. But don't tell them I said that. I don't believe in taxes. But yeah, that's the least. I mean, come on. If you're going to do it that way, do all the work for us, because it's. Yeah, I don't know. Then you wouldn't get all the loopholes and stuff that if you have somebody that knows what they're doing do your taxes, like that it's actually benefits. Yeah, it's just one of those things where nobody knows what they're doing. It's stressful, overwhelming, and it's with money. So if you have to pay, it's brutal. Yeah, it's just brutal all around for everybody. So yeah, I feel you on that. That's brutal.
Even when people act like they know what they're doing, it's like, I still feel like you could not know what you're doing. And I'm just too poor to where they're not going to go and do the audit on me, knock on wood, that they're not going to go do the audit on me. And like, that shit will get caught. It's like, I don't know if you're lying. I just hope that I don't get caught if you are lying for me.
Yeah. You have to really get purely just, rely on them. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
And it's just a chore. It's just a thing that you have to do with high stakes, and it's involving money, and it's just another thing. And when you have a thing that you don't do all the time, and pop up, it becomes just overwhelming. So again, that's why I just choose not to ever pay it. So.
Does it make you hate the Olympics a little bit? Like you're like, yeah, I get the fucking Olympics this summer, but like at what cost? Now I have to fucking pay taxes? No thanks. Like you can have the Olympics. You can have them. Like if you took away everything Michael Phelps accomplished, like I'd be fine with that if I didn't ever have to pay taxes.
True. Yeah.
I'm
I'm kind of over the Olympics as a whole, but I do like the skeleton luge in the Winter Olympics. I'm kind of a Winter Olympics hound.
Yeah.
I like the ice skating, all that. Summer, just other than like the races, not the racist, the races. And without Michael Phelps, I don't know that there's just nothing.
Well, if the Winklevosses were racing, then maybe,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But also that being said, I'm a big hypocrite, and I can get caught up in the pageantry. If I get one storyline or I watch one day, I'm just be like, no, yeah, I'm watching this floor dancing routine. I can get caught up in it, but as of where I sit right now, it sucks. But I'll be up late at night, be watching it's here, so I guess it won't be on late at night. But
if I'm stoned, I'll watch 12 hours of curling.
I guess in Paris you can get some, but I used to love the ones across the world, like in Korea or Japan, and you can just the insomnia hours instead of having to watch infomercials or just terrible stuff. That infomercials, that really dates me. That's back when
they still have them. They still have them.
Yeah, but that used to be like on cable when it wasn't streaming and stuff. Like you had to you knew you were up too late when your channel programming went off and it just went into infomercials. You're like, fuck. But
you should buy this mag light. You're gonna love this light. It's the brightest light ever.
And then if they had a convincing product, I might call in.
What a shake weight.
We all had one of those, and we're like, "What is? We're not doing this, right?" And it's like, I can't believe they tried.
Guys, check this out, huh?
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
solid one, Robert. What you got, Pat?
Mine is, you talked about the cold and the heat on earlier, but mine is weather making us have to do extra stuff, like having to wrap pipes and having to wait extra to your car to warm up and having to scrape just anything that just having to make sure you leave the water dripping. Weather making you do extra chores is cover the plants, bring the plants in. Just as a god damn it, just Mother Nature, you cruel cold bitch.
Yeah, and also it'll, like you said earlier too, like it's gonna be 80 when you're going home. So this is all gonna be absolute just pointless in like 2 hours. But for this 2 hour window, shit could get real.
Well, and then with the way they freak us out here, like I was reading all the news reports about the the ice on the overpasses and then stay home. This is do not leave if you don't have to. So I'm thinking it's Armageddon. And there was there's some ice. You go slow. You're not gonna. It's fine. So, but it makes it seem like that everything's shut down. That do not leave the house. It's as bad as possible, and nothing's wrong. It's just like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Just inconveniences everything. Chores from the weather. Just no, thank you.
And just really in Texas, and I'm sure it's everywhere, but like anywhere where you have like hurricanes that people have to like prep for, like it is that like doomsday thing, like, hey, you better make sure you're stocked up. And then everybody's like, I have to go buy all of the toilet paper I've ever bought in my entire life right now. I have to buy all of that. Every toilet paper I've ever used, I have to buy that equivalent today, now, and all the bottled water, because I can't save water. You can't save water right now. It's not possible.
The water makes sense though, but the toilet paper was still hilarious to me because it doesn't. People just freaked out. You didn't need to do that. It's not a thing that's going to help you down the line. Like it was not, that's very funny that how all you have to do is create some urgency with people on anything. And people will start buying it because they think they need it and they don't want to miss out on it. And that's all what happened with that. But that's hilarious.
That's exactly what it is. And it happens 2-3 times a year here in Houston, where it'll just be like, big hurricane maybe coming in. You might want to be prepared. And then I hate when you go to the stores, like we can just fuck. I don't need beer today.
Yeah, just all rummage through and it's just like, come on, people. Like if everybody could just chill, everything was fine. But just people flip out. But I'm not. But the hurricanes count too. But anything where you have to take precautions, And it's crucial. If you don't, there are repercussions, especially with the ice, with the pipes and all that stuff, and just heaters. And I mean, it's just I have enough on my plate. I don't need this.
Yeah, it's
So
solid. It's a solid, not cool.
Jack
Solid,
Frost,
not cools all around, everyone.
Stop nipping at my nose, Jack Frost. We've had enough.
Let's wrap this up with the answers segment where you guys can send us any questions you have. We do the Precome segment. We pitch ideas. You got a business idea for us? Send it our way. If you want us to power rank things, we're the best in the world at power.
We got a
ranking
museum
shit.
coming. We got a business out of this. We got a museum that we probably won't get licensing, but that's a good business plan. I think that will make a gazillion dollars.
A bad boy museum.
I like
we
it.
don't even need your license. We'll rip off all the licensing, like the officially licensed stickers. We're like, see, it's not even officially licensed anymore. This is unofficially licensed, but this is a picture of me ripping it off.
Photoshop and do deep fakes of just like bad movie unlicensed teams, and just hey, it's like no, that's not what you're talking about. That's not the Cincinnati Reds. That's the that'd be
if it wasn't officially licensed, like if like they'll be like, we'll see, it's not
use the likeness of games. Like you really can't do anything.
Fuck.
Like they would stick it to us, but
No, but we could do the thing where they do like in movies at the end of the credits where say like any mention or like likeness is purely coincidental.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
even though it says Barry Bonds' name 100,000 times.
You get Mark. Oh, that's Mark McGuire. That's not Mark McGuire.
Slightly misspelled.
I mean, but those are the loopholes that technically you could get away with. But you couldn't have any logos, any game footage, which would make it even funnier. The more bootleg and not official it was, actually does make it a little bit funnier.
It's just Robert recreating all the home runs. He just wears like knockoff Cardinals jerseys and knockoff Cubs jerseys and knockoff
just little
Giants
league, like
jerseys.
little league ones where it has the team name, but it's not like in the same font, and it's just a letter on the hat. Like that's pretty funny.
All the jerseys are just backwards.
Or like
the
bad commercials that have the player, but they don't have the licensing from the team. So they're in like a uniform that's the colors, but it's not quite the uniform. Pretty funny. Anyway, okay, let's get the questions. We've gone long enough. I'm sorry.
But yeah, you can hit us up on Twitter. Use the hashtag PTG Answers on Twitter. Send us any you want relationship advice? We got you there. Parenting advice? Sure, we can help you with that. Any question you got at all, just a high thought you want our opinion on, hit us up at PassGreatPod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. You can email them to us also at answers@passthegreatpod.com, or just go to the website passthegreatpod.com and reach out to us, contact us, and then we'll get Jesse to send that over to us, and we'll bring that up. But we do go to Twitter first, so at passthegreatpod, use the hashtag PTG Answers. If you don't include the hashtag, it's not easy for us to search for it, so it may not get used. Hashtag PTG Answers at passthegreatpod for the Answers segment. It's brought to you this week by our good friends at Service Titan. I'm calling on all plumbing, HVAC, and electrician business owners out there about starting the year strong with Service Titan. It's the leading all-in-one software for the trades. And this January, you plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and other service repair business owners can get Service Titan free for 2 months and a $1,000 gift card. That's 2 free months of Service Titan's powerful reporting dashboards, game-changing operational efficiency, and the best user experience for you and your customers, plus a $1,000 gift card. Don't let your current systems hold you back. Get Service Titan and watch your business grow. Service Titan partners typically see a 17% increase in the first 2 years and a 9% increase in average ticket size. You're going to gain accountability and control and get crystal clear insight on how your entire company performs from the back office to the field. Qualified contractors can sign up by January 31st to claim your 2 free months and a $1,000 gift card. Go to servicetitan.com and start growing your business. That's servicetitan.com, servicetitan.com. All right, let's get into the answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right. Our first question this week comes from Kenya Valdez at Kenyatta Mandata on Twitter. She says, yeah, this is a great name. Very great name. She says, what part of the coconut is considered the nut?
The shell. Because the cocoa is the cocoa.
Is the white part on the inside of the shell, though? That's the nut part, right?
I think it's just all a nut.
Because I thought you break it and then you eat the white part on the inside.
Well, I thought it's a nut because of the shell is what is classified as being a nut.
But is the nut the brown part or the white part?
The white's the cocoa.
That's the nut part of the cocoa. Nut.
That's the sperm.
That's this. No, that's the milk. The coconut
Oh, yeah,
milk
that's
is
not
the sperm.
The milk is the sperm. I've been chugging a lot of sperm lately. Then no, I'm just kidding. That's one of life's many mysteries. That's quite the quagmire. I don't know. That's what came first, the cocoa or the nut? Yeah, we don't know.
I'm gonna say I think it's the white part. I think it's the white part because, like, I don't know. No, you're right. Because a nut is always
other
like
nuts are in shells though, peanuts and that's a nut.
But if you bite into an almond, the almond's brown on the outside and it's white on the inside.
That's not a nut.
Almond is a nut.
I don't know. I have literally no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just let the record show that I have absolutely zero idea.
He's lying. He's an expert on nuts. An expert on nuts.
I'm a little bit crazy.
Guy went to
waka. I'm gonna kill myself after this show. No, I have no idea. I'll go with yours. That sounds right.
All right. Good question, Kenya.
Great question.
Let's go with, okay, I'm going to skip around because Robert's not here right now, but this is from Skylar Lester at OMG. It's Skylar on Twitter. And Skylar says, people who review coffins and urns for sale at Costco. Why?
Sometimes you got the death in bulk. You got a whole family died in a tragic van accident. You got to get them all at once. You get them in bulk.
Could have happened. Yeah, maybe, but like, I mean, if you've ever seen coffin flop, like people are falling through coffins all the time. Like if my relative falls through a coffin at their funeral, I'm obviously reviewing that. I'm gonna be like, yeah, hey, watch out. People might fall through this.
Yeah, and I operate a Dracula museum and funhouse, and we've got a lot of coffins that we need Draculas to pop up out of. So I'm gonna need to get a bunch of them at one time, and that's the easiest way to go about doing it. So that adds up.
I mean, really, if the coffin or urn doesn't live up to your specifics, like would have loved a Bluetooth speaker, would be like a funny review to leave on a coffin. But also, I think trolls are a huge reason that people do review it. And that, I mean, if I saw a coffin like on the Costco website and I was just on the Costco website, I might. I can't get on Nextdoor anymore. Caleb Crawdad got banned. Maybe Caleb Crawdad needs to go leave Costco reviews.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think if you're leaving any kind of review, it's already not great. So it's got to be trolls, which is absolutely hilarious. Or but sometimes it could just be a truly terrible product, and it's just like, you know what, I gotta speak my mind on this, and I'm gonna write a scathing Yelp review about no, I mean, I think you get what you pay for. It depends what the price point is at. Because I mean, I gotta think it's pretty good if I already was running my errands. I'm already in Costco, and I don't want to have to go to the coffin and urn store. If I could just knock out all my stuff there, and maybe compromise a little bit on the artistry and the quality, that's something I'm willing to to deal with. Funerals are expensive. We got to cut costs where we can.
I got a membership here. Yeah,
you can
save while you can.
Plate of triangle sandwiches with the toothpick in them. You can get the coffin urn, maybe a slip and slide up some lawn ornaments. Like you could really knock out the whole funeral and the in one spot. So but yeah, if you big psychopaths and trolls are going to be the answer to that, though, right? For sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good question.
That's a good question. That's a great question. I like that.
All right, this is another one. This is an emailed in one from Matt Olson. Matt says,
the baseball player.
Oh yeah, maybe, probably not, but you know what? It is the baseball player.
The Braves. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Shout out Matt Olson. Thanks for listening. I'm Matt Olson, huge fan of the pod. Will you put on the podcast description this week Matt Olson's favorite podcast? The Matt Olson in parentheses.
The Matt, yeah. I mean, he is the Matt Olson. So yeah,
the Matt Olson.
He's been a big email guy, so we never know.
Yeah, Matt said he's trying to stay off Twitter. He doesn't want us to see that it's the real Matt Olson. Not tweeting. That's what he emailed.
100%.
Matt says, "How much pee is too much pee on your pants?"
Okay, we got a lot of bathroom accidents on the stuff this week. I would say I don't know. Are we talking circumference of the circle?
I feel like there's like, if you get a little like splashback from the urinal, sometimes you have to go to that like small urinal, like if there's two, because the one in our office has like, there's the regular size one and there's the small one.
Yeah.
If you get the small one, I feel like you always get a little splashback.
Yeah, some are shooting back. Yeah, some are, it's Normandy, and you're getting the Gatling gun is firing.
And then there's drippage occasionally. You get a little drippage every now and then, but it's like, as long as you don't got like a big old like.
That's why I'm bringing circles into it. If you have any kind of established solid circle or in your crotch area, that means it was there for an extended period of time and spread out. So I think if you got a circle right in the middle of the crotch, I think, and then at any size, I think that's when it's too much.
Anything going down a leg, that's too much.
Yeah,
That meant like it dripped.
I mean, honestly, the answer is any pee is the true answer, but there's some stuff you can't avoid. If you're at R. Kelly's house and you're a teenager, like a teenage girl, like you might run into some issues. Luckily, he's locked up, so that can't happen anymore. But
Thank God.
Yeah, or somebody got stung by a jellyfish, and a hero happens to come and just happened to not be very accurate. Even though I've read that that's actually a wives' tale, and that doesn't help at all. So people are just getting peed on. People are getting peed on for no reason, which is extremely funny. But yeah, I think any amount of pee is gonna be the answer there.
I think it also depends on the color of pants. You know, you can get away with it a little bit more if you got the darker pants on. You're like, okay, nobody's gonna notice this. But like these pants, I got like these blue jeans right there. That is showing. There's a wet spot right there.
Yeah, any kind of sweatpants or anything. Yeah, that's
showing.
Yeah, that's a good point there, where it's just glaring. Or if you happen to be going to play laser tag and there's black lights, you're gonna get exposed too for any kind of liquids that happen to be on your pants for any reason. So yeah,
why don't we say like any accumulation of like a circle right there?
Yeah, concentrated pee. A drip here and there is going to be fine, but yeah, anything that draws attention.
I will agree with you on that. And like, do you ever do the thing where like sometimes you get a little bit on you and you're like, I'm gonna just I'm gonna like act like I'm gonna wash my hands, but then I'm gonna not use the paper towel so I can kind of just I had to use my pants. Oh, I didn't have paper towels. I had to use my hands and wipe my pants down. This is sinking.
Yeah, I'll do anything to lie. Yeah, I'll do anything's in play if I have to lie and trick somebody, or if I'm trying to avoid being embarrassed. 100%. I'll spill an entire glass on. I'll do anything to avoid the shame and embarrassment of people finding something out like that. So yeah, I'll do anything. I'm not above doing anything.
You stand outside the restroom with your water bottle, and the second somebody walks by, like, oh my God, oh no, all over my pants.
You're at a nice restaurant with a terrace with a water view, like literally just accidentally air quotes fall into the water. I'll fall literally anything to be like, I couldn't. Anything to where it's not.
How'd that happen?
You didn't pee yourself. It's like, anything. Fire alarm, pull that down, get the water sprinklers going. Whatever I can do to create a diversion or make it look like it wasn't pee, I'll do it. So, yeah.
You could also just go to calicocutpants.com, but be sure to donate because that's also a good way to help you get out of there too. No free ads though, Robert.
Peeing in your pants is cool. Consider me Miles Davis. Sorry.
No, there's a callback to Adam Sandler again. This is from Bro Brad at DeLong Dude on Twitter. Bro Brad, he's weighing a lot with the answers questions this year, and I like that. Maybe he's gonna get in on some gravy noms. I don't know if you've seen him. He looks like Thor. This guy's basically just Thor.
Well, that he rules then.
With the hair and like he's like 9 feet tall and jacked.
But I respect people that participate. I always love anybody that participates, and that you got to love that, because without that, then you're left to your own devices. So
yeah, we're not doing this if y'all don't do that. Shout out to Bro Brad, and he says, you're in your early 30s and a big pharma company offers you $1 million per year until you're 55, at which time you become their lab rat and subject to experimental drugs and procedures, which no one knows what the outcomes could be. Do it or hell no. For clarity, if you continue to receive $1 million annually until death. Would you be a lab rat for $1 million a year?
We're for a year, so that's what? There's $25 million up until then. So yeah, I'm gonna take the money and I'm going to clearly take down that pharmaceutical company. Whether if I have to go Unabomber route, if I have to Timothy McVeigh, got to blow something up, I will. But I'll start PR wise and take them down and go through Congress and legally. I'll take the money and figure out how to take them down. But they're not gonna do any kind of weird things on me, or I'll just kill myself. Get to 25, live great right till 55, and I'm just like, y'all are gonna do this. I'm gonna get out of here.
I can get a coffin at Costco. It's cool. I got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a one-stop funeral shop. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I mean, that's just too much money.
It's a lot of money.
But by then, you got to think advances in medical science and research. You're going to have maybe the stuff they're testing isn't. It's not Bill Gates type legs going backwards in India type stuff. It's like cool ass shit where you get magical powers, or super Adderall or something, or you get. It could be cool ass shit that they're doing. It didn't say that it's necessarily bad research. It could be like the coolest possible thing, or you get like a giant dong or something. I don't know. It could be like good.
That'd be sick. Yeah, I'd do it.
You don't have to.
It's $1 million a year. It's $1 million a year. That's a lot of money.
Too much money for that. 25. That's 25 quality years that you can in your prime. So I mean, you think you got to, and if you and then you get money all the way to your death, $1 million. Like you have to. That's just too. Even if for it to go bad at 55 and you actually do get all this stuff, it would be worth it for that living like that for the 25 years in your. I think
rich enough to not care. I could be the Richard Nixon head in a fucking like jar, like on Futurama. I could just be like, I'm rich enough to do this. We have millions of dollars each year. I get $1 million a year.
Yeah, you can just allocate some of a portion of it to be building an entire elite fighting force. And by that time, you come in there and you have a whole you have your own Navy SEALs, and they come in there and you'll take them out somehow. So I'm always going back to violence, but it's a pharmaceutical company, so it's all fair game as far as I'm concerned. They caused the opiate crisis, and it's fair game for us.
Take them down.
But you got to take it no matter what the research is. So I mean, I think it's a no-brainer.
Robert, do you do it?
Yeah, no brainer.
It's $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also like just and at least my attitude, we'll figure it out. Like even if it is guaranteed bad stuff at this time, I'm gonna take this now. I'm like, we'll see what happens. It's not guaranteed. It hadn't happened yet, so it's not necessarily bad.
It's future Pat's problem.
Kind of
Future
how
me will
I
deal
live.
with that.
Yeah, it's a bad way to live, and I don't recommend it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I have a lot of future me problems that then when future me gets there,
And then
I'm like, what the fuck?
Human. I am none too pleased when it does in fact happen. But I'll be like, what was my problem? But at least that's that guy's problem.
Yeah, that's over with at that point. I think it's a unanimous yes. We would have done it, and I would, with the other Pat, I think if Pat Dan were here, he would have absolutely done it too. So that'd be 4 years.
Yeah, I think that's just too much money, and it's too long period of time where you just quality of life wise, and it's not guaranteed. It's just research, and if you're at it could go bad, but pros and cons. I think it's not bad. So I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. Next one is from Alex. Oh, he's at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter, and he gave us our power rankings for the week. Don't forget, you can give us 5 similarly related things, and we will power rank the fuck out of them. We'll be the best at power ranking them because power ranking is our specialty. He says power rank these Office characters, and he doesn't give us all of them. He just gives us 5, and he keeps out like Michael and Dwight are not in this, so I like that. They're not the main characters. So the 5 Office characters he wants us to power rank are Ryan, Creed, Andy, Toby, and Kevin.
Okay.
I'll go first. I'm gonna go Creed 1.
Easy
Creed's
one.
a weirdo, and he's awesome. I'm gonna go Kevin 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Andy 3 because Andy is cringy a lot of the time, but I think a lot of things that Andy does set up fun things that you like. So that's the 3. 4 is Ryan because Ryan's kind of unbearable most of the time, but I get that it's like the bit that he's playing into. But then also he does funny things at times, like when he just kind of picks on Kelly. That's funny to me. And then Toby's the worst, so Toby's 5. So you go Creed, Kevin, Andy, Ryan, Toby, 1 through 5.
That's pretty solid one. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I think Creed unanimous number 1. I think so. Yeah, I go Creed 1. I go Ryan 2, just because of his character arc from being the temp all the way to he ends up being the VP of sales, and then going to New York, going in and out and getting jobs, and just his whole attitude. The drastic changes from season to season.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Just great villain. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
3, Kevin, and really those are kind of interchangeable. Kevin's the man, and then and then who's the other 2? Andy and Toby.
Andy and Toby.
Yeah, then I go Andy and Toby. Toby obviously is the worst. To quote Michael, if I had Hitler, Bin Laden, and Toby on a desert island, and 2 bullets in a gun, I'd shoot Toby twice. Incredible.
All time.
But Toby was like a wet blanket of a character, and like I mean, you feel bad sometimes when Michael would pick on him, but he like was just like, he was like Eeyore. I'll probably get sick too. Just a whiny, just such a bitch. So yeah,
I like Pam, but I'm not gonna do anything about it.
I mean,
And then I'm
just
gonna touch her leg
voice,
weird,
he's just
and then everybody's gonna
sucks,
think
and
I'm a
he-
weirdo.
ruining the fun and all the clearly illegal bits. I mean, the HR people suck. Yeah, no, yeah, he's
Yeah. Fuck
completely left.
Toby. Fuck Toby. Robert, what you got?
Yeah, we are going unanimous Creed number 1. Then
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going Kevin, Ryan, Andy, and Toby.
Yep.
Okay, that's the exact same one as mine, man.
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I could have.
Yeah,
I definitely
nailed
could
it.
have. I definitely could have gotten to there as well. Oh, you put Andy high. I couldn't put Andy that high, but that's.
In the beginning, Andy was good, and then Andy gets a lot. He gets to be a lot, but like the beginning of Andy, where he's just bugging Jim at the office when Jim relocates, like that's
Yeah,
funny.
he was pretty funny. Now you're right, and just
and then Andy and the tuna.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
all
you're
of his
right.
weird
He was actually pretty
songs.
funny. Yeah, no, I think I ended up actually liking him too after a while. But he was just one of those people that it does just wearing on you. Like he does, it is excruciating to deal with. But yeah, no, you're right. You swung me very quickly. Yeah, you're
No,
right.
but yeah,
Never
I
mind.
have Andy second to last. I have Andy at 4.
Oh, okay. I thought you had Andy 3. My bad.
I have Ryan at 3. Andy.
Yeah,
at
you're
4.
the only one with
Okay.
the high ranking of Andy.
Well, I think that like he gets deserved hate. His character does, but I think that a lot of the reason people hated him was because like when you look back at it, and I've watched it a million more times now, where like he does exactly what Michael Scott did. We just already knew who Michael Scott was from day one. So you're like, all right, well, like I just don't cringe as much at Michael because this is just how he is. And then when you're like, all right, Andy's just doing the Michael thing, why is this so cringy? You're like, no, we're only used to Michael doing it as much.
Well, Andy has he had the Cornell thing, the Ivy League, so people automatically hate that. So that's probably part of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
he was. I mean, yeah, he's fine.
Solid power rankings, Alex. So good one to send in. All right, that's it, gang. That's the final. That was our final question. We did Skylar's question earlier. That's it. That was our last episode of Manuary 2024. Everybody, it's kind of sad that it's come and gone. What was your favorite memory of Manuary this year, Robert?
It's really hard to choose just one. Like we have a whole month. So
Why don't you power rank the top 10 in order?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, we had Ken being nominated for the Oscars. Not Barbie. So I mean, like that
was a big one for the men. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was
January.
the only good character of the whole movie. But that's warranted.
Yeah, so maybe that one.
That's
I
a
like
really
that.
good one.
Yeah, dudes rule. Shout out to the bros
Yeah.
being bros.
Guys being dudes, fucking
Shout out
rock.
to the
You guys.
patriarchy.
Shout out to the patriarchy, but only for the rest of this month. And then after that, guys, remember, we have Manuary, so now we can't bitch about anybody else that gets their month, all right? I don't want to hear anybody else be like, why fuck so-and-so get a month? We got Manuary, all right? Shut the fuck up the rest of the year, okay?
January's
Don't
pretty
try,
good. I like that.
Don't try and shit on anybody else's like awareness months, okay? They all get theirs. You get the first one of the year. Relax. This is our way to get out of the way.
Yeah.
We're not being toxic this year, but in a good way. We're good toxic this year. We're taking toxic back. Patrick McLellan.
Guy Pride Parade. Have fun, let loose. But yeah, when it's Black History Month, let's just pipe down a little bit.
Shut the fuck up about it. You
All
know,
right, let's get out of here. It's been long.
let's celebrate it. Let's celebrate it. All right, guys. At Pat McLellan ESQ on Twitter. Give him a follow there. Give him a shout out for jumping in. Dude, like literally, like this is the quickest we've ever had somebody fill in on the podcast.
Oh,
really
dude,
appreciate you today.
literally anytime. If I have nothing going on, I'll hop on every time. I love this podcast. It's fun. Yeah. Anytime you are in a pinch, I'm a good last second. I'm more likely to do that than to have it planned out, honestly.
I was texting Robert. I was like, well, I'm gonna ask Pat McLellan if he can do it. Probably just gonna be you and I though. I was like, I don't know. Pat's probably got something on, but I was like, hey, I don't know what you got going on later, but he was right. He was right down to do it. Absolute
I'm down to clown.
ride or die.
Down to clown. I appreciate you having me on. It's a good time.
Is Lima time still ongoing?
Yeah, we're on hiatus. We'll see. Should be coming back here pretty soon, I think, unless we stop doing it. But I mean, I don't think that would be any reason to do that. So yeah, it should be back here. Come spring training, so coming up.
Wherever you listen to podcasts, go check out the number one Astros podcast out there, number one baseball podcast out there, according to Pastor Gravy's metrics. All right, FYI, according to Pastor
Those are
Gravy's
official.
metrics,
Those are
number
official.
one. At Pat McLellan ESQ, I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Pat is at not Pat Dion. Pat just had something come up last minute, had to bounce on that, but he'll be back next week. Thank you guys for everybody that's subscribed to the YouTube channel that supports the podcast. If you want to go to passthegrademerch.com, we got some awesome merch. If you want to support the podcast in other ways as well, please share us with a friend. When you see us post the episode, share that. But hey guys, check this out. Like just tell your coworker, hey, you want to check out a cool podcast? That's a great way to help the podcast grow. Thank you to everybody that contributed to the answer segments and the not cools. To those of you that didn't yet, we're gonna get to those. Some of you had sent them. We got a lot of answers questions that we didn't get to this week, and I'm really excited to get through the rest of those. I'm trying to think what else I had. No, I think that was it. Pat wanted to just tell your friends you love them. Tell your friends you love them. Let your friends know you care about them. Life is short, and you never know when the last time you need to see somebody is. So tell your friends you love them. Tell your parents you love them while you can. We ended the podcast this year with we were in it this year with random celebrity generator, Pat. So I'm going to pull up on my phone this random celebrity generator. And we're going to all go around the room, and everybody that's listening and watching is going to guess. And if you get it right, you win. You win nothing, but the feeling of knowing that I guessed a random celebrity out of thin air, and that ended up being who it was. So if you want to take a second to think, everybody, as we're doing this, I'm going to pull it up on my phone. I'm going to start off. I'm going to go Mila Kunis. I'm just going to say Mila Kunis is going to be who I'm going to pick as my random celebrity. Person that pops up first. So it's sitting on Paul Rudd right now. This is on Paul Rudd. So it's
all right.
So I'm just letting you guys see what it's on right now. Robert, who you got?
I'll go with Max Greenfield.
Max, who's that?
He was in New Girl. He played Schmidt.
Okay, Max Greenfield.
I'm gonna go Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. Max Greenfield, and Mila Kunis, and then whoever else you guys at home are doing. All right, here we go. Generate.
Yes.
Jane Curtin. So didn't get that right. Didn't get that right. And if you said you got it right, you probably didn't. Everybody, every week there's somebody that got it right. No, you didn't.
That's tough.
But I know though, if you did get it right, like, you're shouting wherever you are, because I know that one day,
even if you don't win anything, that is I'd be pumped. Yeah, hell yeah, that's
right?
The best. Yeah, to get something like that is the best feeling possible.
I have no idea how long it's gonna take, but when one of us hits it on this show, I'm just gonna lose it. Like I need to have
how many are on there? We're trying to get out of here, but how many are on there? Like how I mean, because it's hard to pick one out of thin air.
You want to do it again? Fuck, it's a special episode. Let's do it again. All right, we're keeping the same ones. Let's do it again. I'm gonna go Ashton Kutcher. I'm gonna go Mila's husband.
I'll go Dak Shepard.
What's the I'm blanking on her name. Jennifer Hudson? No,
Jennifer
Jennifer Hudson. Yeah, didn't sound right. Yeah, I'm going Jennifer Hudson.
All right, so it's still on Jane Curtin.
Oh,
Ulysses S. Grant.
I mean, you were talking about he was the man. So okay,
it's literally anyone ever.
Famous persons more than celebrities. It's famous people. Okay, well that's good. You should just have a whole podcast just us guessing.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to do a live.
I'm already addicted. I'm going to download it on the way home. It's going to be like, I'm just going to be clearly just guessing. That's fun.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your week. We love you guys. Tell your friends you love them. Until we talk to you next time. Pass the gravy, yeah, bitches.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pass the Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. Now we go ahead and